The following is a Mid-Atlantic Sports special presentation.
Hi wrestling fans, this is Bob Caudle. Welcome to CWF Mid-Atlantic Wrestling featuring all the great stars right here, fans.
Tonight, the CWF anniversary event, Battlecade VI. Slick Diddy Rick Converse, the former two-time champion, puts up his guaranteed AWA World Heavyweight title match to get a shot at Gary the Mad Trucker Stevens and the AWA Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight Championship. Anything and everything goes inside the steel cage. Once the door is locked, no one can enter. No one can escape until someone wins by pinfall or submission.
Tonight is a night of redemption. It's a night where wicked, vengeful men will fall and heroic, true champions will prevail. Mad Trucker Gary Stevens, don't get it twisted. You're not the judge of this match. I'm not even the judge of it. Let's let the cage be the judge, Gary Stevens, of who leads the Carolina Sports Arena tonight with the Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight title. This match tonight is for all those wrestlers in the back that you've bullied for the past year with that Billy Club. It's for all the fans that are tired of seeing you walk around with a title belt that's rightfully mine. And even more than that, this match tonight is for me. Because you see, I had my two little nephews sitting in the front row that night back in March when you decided that you were gonna sneak attack me and leave me laying in the ring a bloody mess. So on a side note, Gary Stevens, I think you should know that my ring attire tonight is gonna be the color red. Because that's the color that's gonna be flowing out of your cracker head. Because I'm leaving the Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight Champion. Come on, Burlington, let me hear you. It's Battlecade VI. It's starting right now. Because when it's over, everybody's gonna know, especially you, Gary Stevens, that Slick Diddy runs the city.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Battlecade VI. We are off and running at the Carolina Sports Arena in Burlington, North Carolina.
What a way to end 2005, the first big DVD from CWF Mid-Atlantic since the AWA Light Heavyweight Tournament. We'd like to welcome everybody in the world to Burlington, North Carolina.
It's going to be an exciting next 2.5, 3 hours, kicking things off, 8-man action. It's going to be hard to stay on top of all the action. As right now, the team of Joey, Spank, Silvia, Tony, Kozina, Kid Justice, and Bobby Houston have the upper hand.
That's right. The other team has bailed out to the floor. You got to keep your eye on this. Look like we've got two going through the middle.
Justice and Joey Silvia spiraling through the middle ropes and crashing onto the opponents on the outside. That other team comprised of Joey Denson, Ricky Landell, and the tag team of the Street Sweepers, Gregory, Vercetti, and Jason.
That's right. Landell makes his first appearance in the ring. Bobby Houston's got him one-on-one, slings him into the far ropes, up and over. Big vertical backdrop.
Big backdrop. I tell you one thing, Bobby Houston and Tony Kozina looking like a well-oiled machine right now. Ricky Landell, probably the most experienced man in this 8-man action. Ricky Landell, trained by the king of old school himself and the current AWA World Heavyweight Champion, Steve Carino.
That's right. He's got him backed into the corner, going to unload with a big chop. We're going to take a moment to signal his tag team partners, and bring the man into the wrong corner.
Well, I couldn't think of a better way to kick off Battlecade VI. It's been 6 exciting years here in CWF Mid-Atlantic, and right now, in the ring for actually the very first time in a CWF Mid-Atlantic ring, Kozina along with Joey Denson.
Yeah, Joey Denson, big man. I'm gonna tell you, the guy is impressive. He knows how to grapple.
Yeah, you can tell just by the look, he is a fan of the mixed martial arts style of professional wrestling. And I'll tell you one thing, I thought I saw Tony Kozina maybe a slight blood coming out of the nose there. He may have had to bust it here in the early going.
Well, he's able to get into his corner. Let's see, we've got a tag made. Kid Justice going to enter the ring for the first time legally.
Kid Justice, a very popular cruiserweight, light heavyweight here in Mid-Atlantic rings, but Kid Justice quite honestly did not want to be competing in this 8-man here tonight. It was just 2 weeks ago in the 2005 edition of the Rising Generation League Tournament that Kid Justice lost his semi-final bout to Ultra Dragon, which ended the 1-year-long title reign as RGL champion of Kid Justice.
Yeah, Kid Justice did hold the title belt up until the semifinals. He went through the entire year of 2005 holding on to the belt, a feat in itself.
Yeah, now the only thing Kid Justice can do on this fateful night, December 17th, 2005, is sit back and watch later on tonight as Ultra Dragon and El Toro Rojo go one-on-one to decide who will be the new 2005 Rising Generation League champion.
Yeah, Joey spanked Silvia, big G'd up in the ring, got the big man going up and over, drops him on his back.
Yeah, Northern Light takeover there by Joey Silvia. Certainly one of the most exciting, electrifying youngsters in Mid-Atlantic, driving the knee down into the sternum, making the cover, but quickly Denson's partners there able to get in the ring.
That's right, he's going to take Joey over into his corner, tags in Gregory Vercetti, one half of the street sweepers from
Yeah, I will tell you one thing, Gregory Vercetti, speaking of the AWA World Light Heavyweight Tournament, Gregory Vercetti had a very impressive outing in that tournament, got a big opening round victory, only to fall to X-Cyrus in the second round, and Vercetti and Sin, since the days of the World Light Heavyweight Tournament, have become one of the more premier tag teams in Mid-Atlantic rings as the Street Sweepers.
That's right, only able to get a 2-count. Referee Charles Richardson down for the 2-count. Silvia backed into the ropes. He's going to try to reverse it and sling Sin in. Boot to the midsection.
Silvia hooks Jason, quick snap suplex there. Definitely only he needs another quick out to young Bobby Houston, making his first appearance in CWF Mid-Atlantic rings. It's going to be a big coming out party for several youngsters here tonight in CWF Mid-Atlantic Battlecade VI, making the cover and not only able to get a 2.
He's able to get a 2-count, but he's made quite an impression on Jason. Sin going for the short ribs, picks the man up, big body slam, going to drag him back into his corner and tag in Landell.
Making the tag to the veteran, Ricky Landell. Big shot right to the temple there. I tell you one thing, Bobby Houston, does he not bear more than just a passing resemblance to one Sam Houston from Mid-Atlantic rings years ago?
And I tell you what, Ricky Landell, he's on the roll. He's got Houston flat on the back, drops the fist into the forehead. I tell you, Ricky Landell starting to feel his oats, going to drag the man back into his corner once again.
Yeah, I think when you break this match down, if you look at who has the advantage, who has the disadvantage, you have to lean towards the team of the Street Sweepers, Joey Denson and Ricky Landell. There's more experience on that side. There's more of a tag team unity on that side. But I tell you one thing, there is a lot of heart and determination on that other squad.
And I tell you what, Houston's really standing up with the man. Big man got him up and over, down for a cover, able to get out on a 2-count. Kid Justice makes his way in, try to give an assist, but that gives the opponents an opening. They've got 2 in the ring again.
And really what you have, big splash by Jason, what you have here is 8 men. Yeah, there are 4 men on each side, but pretty much everyone has their own individual goals. Of course, the Street Sweepers want to continue to move up that ladder and contend for the Mid-Atlantic Tag Team titles one more time. But these newcomers like Joey Denson, Bobby Houston, Tony Kozina, they wanted to establish themselves as single stars in this tag team match to really put themselves on the map right out of the gate.
Well, you know, they did put themselves right on the map, right out of the gate, just for the simple fact they made the lineup for Battlecade VI.
Yeah, and that's a very exclusive lineup, to say the least. You're going to see some of the greatest athletes in the modern era of the Mid-Atlantic as Bobby Houston makes a tag to Joey Silvia, who's on fire. Big leg lariat to Gregory Vercetti, making the lateral press but not hooking a leg, and that enabled Vercetti to get out into a big eye poke right there.
I tell you what, that's a veteran know-how. You still got, Vercetti's got his opponent over here in his corner. The referee's in the opposite corner. That gives them 3-on-1, 4-on-1.
Yeah, referee Charles Richardson is going to have his hands full and then some. Ricky Landell directing traffic in there and doing a good job of it, isolating Joey Silvia for the 4-on-1.
And a big body slam. I tell you, Silvia's got to be hurting, but Landell is taking too much time talking to the fans.
Ricky Landell signaling for some kind of somersault-like maneuver off the top. And showing a bit of disrespect to the Mid-Atlantic fans.
I tell you, he come into the Mid-Atlantic area less than a year ago, and everybody liked Ricky Landell, but you know, when he came back with Carino, that changed everything.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Ricky Landell was actually a big fan favorite in the AWA World Light Heavyweight Tournament back in July. But come September 17th, when he was in the corner of his trainer, Steve Carino, when Carino defended the AWA World title against Slick Diddy Rick Converse, Ricky Landell showed his true colors, and that's why you see him teaming with the Street Sweepers tonight rather than teaming with the likes of Joey Silvia.
Yeah, Silvia's in a world of hurt right now. Vercetti's back in as a legal man. Big European undercut straight to the jaw.
Joey Silvia, reversal on Vercetti, a high knee right underneath the jaw, and positioning was perfect for Joey Silvia to make the tag one more time to young Bobby Houston.
Bobby Houston back in the ring trying to make something happen. Here he goes straight to the corner with Vercetti. Vercetti's going back for the ride again.
Bobby Houston, full steam ahead, big stinger-like splash there in the corner. Vercetti out of his game, big body slam by Bobby Houston, and now possibly a little hesitation because of the inexperience, but Kid Justice finally getting the tag back in. Kid Justice has gotten very little ring time so far in this one.
Well, he's going to drop a series of legs straight across the throat of Vercetti. Referee counts 2 count, but he took a boot in the back of the head.
Yeah, one of Vercetti's teammates come with this version of the spinal tap right upside the head there, but Kid Justice maintaining his advantage. Snapmare over, drop kick right between the eyes.
Yeah, Vercetti's going to need to see a dentist Monday morning now after that. Ricky Landell in for the save.
Yeah, once again, Vercetti's partner saving him from the cover there. Joey Silvia back into the competition. As you can see, this place is indeed packed. It is standing room only at Battlecade VI, right here in the heart of the Mid-Atlantic. We're pretty much right between Chapel Hill, North Carolina, Greensboro, North Carolina, where all the great moments of the Mid-Atlantic used to happen. They're happening right now in Burlington, North Carolina, as Jason drops Kid Justice.
Kid Justice in a world of hurt. He needs to get back over to his corner. Jason is not going to let that happen. He's going to keep the man in his corner, tag in a partner, and do a little more double-time beating here.
Yeah, Kid Justice and Joey Silvia, definitely the veterans on that other squad. Kid Justice, like we said, a 1-year reign as the Rising Generation League champion. That title belt being for wrestlers with 3 years of experience or less. And of course, we'll talk more about how that title works with the title bout still to come tonight.
Yeah, Joey Silvia, the legal man, back in with Denson.
Oh, what an enziguri!
He took him out. Denson did not see that one coming by any means. He's going to roll him over, stomp on him a couple more times. Joey Silvia is going to the top rope,
where he feels so at home, but Joey Denson making a beeline for the corner. Joey Silvia trying to cut him off. Joey possibly was going for that top rope maneuver before he had Denson properly wore down, and that may have been the downfall for Joey Silvia.
Yeah, Silvia's in the wrong place at the wrong time now. He's got 4-on-1 in the opposite corner, and Vercetti is laying it to him.
Making the tag to his tag team partner, Jason of the Street Sweepers. A little 2-on-1 action here, and multiple tags being made by the Street Sweeper Ricky Landell, Joey Denson quartet. But Joey Silvia hanging on to the top rope, and I believe that may have been a blind tag to Bobby Houston.
Yeah, Bobby Houston climbs in the ring. Oh, my goodness, we've got action down on the floor, but Bobby Houston going to fist of fire straight to the face of Ricky Landell. We've got all 8 men going at it in the ring and on the floor.
I think it's safe to say that referee Charles Richardson has lost complete control of this one, as Bobby Houston and Ricky Landell may only be the two left surrounding in the ring, as everyone else battling on the outside. Big drop kick by Bobby Houston.
Beautiful extension by the youngster Houston up in the face of Landell. Got him up and over for a big suplex. Oh my goodness, Landell's in a world of hurt. Referee's down 2 2-count Landell kicks
Boy,
out.
this would be a huge upset somehow, some way. Bobby Houston could pull it off, pin the student of Steve Carino's shoulders to the mat. Ricky Landell on the ropes, trying to fire back, but nothing doing. Bobby Houston shoulder block to the outside there, looking for the vertical suplex in, but Joey Denson with the legs, has the legs hooked. Referee Charles Richards counting, and Ricky Landell, thanks to the outside assist from Joey Denson, controversially pins Bobby Houston to the canvas.
And I tell you, what an impressive debut for all these new young guys. This is incredible. We need 2 referees in an 8-man match.
Tremendous opening 8-man action. I don't think any competitor has a thing to feel bad about in this contest. All 8 individuals showed out, but in the end, it was the student of Steve Carino, Ricky Landell, getting the pinfall on Bobby Houston.
Apparently, about 2 weeks ago, you forgot what it's like to be on my fast side, so I'm gonna refresh your memory right quick.
Oh, obviously Brass Monkey has had enough of Sean Powers. He's ready to take it to him right now, but referee Red Jones is going to have to get that kendo stick away from Brass Monkey.
I tell you what, you got to wonder about that in the first place. Look on the back of Monkey's shirt. Dangerous from any angle.
Referee Red Jones is about to find out how dangerous he can be, because he's going to be the one to get smacked with a kendo stick if he bows up the Brass Monkey one more time like that.
Yeah, Brass Monkey. We've got a new Brass Monkey. Sean Powers is not playing.
Yeah, Sean Powers took that opening. Brass Monkey adjusting the boot there right after the struggle with Red Jones. Wasn't paying attention to his opponent. And Sean Powers, reversal by Brass Monkey. Big shoulder tackle by Sean Powers. Leaps over Monkey off the ropes. Big arm drag takedown by Monkey.
Yeah, Monkey, another
beautiful. Big drop kick right under the jaw. Sean Powers scurrying for lower ground.
That's right, referee Red Jones trying to break him apart. Powers is down in the corner now. Monkey backs away slowly.
Yeah, dangerous from any angle, just like you said. That's exactly what Brass Monkey is. This right here is an issue that just seemingly will not die. It has been going on for such a long time. We can go back to when actually Brass Monkey and the American Steel Ninja were Mid-Atlantic Tag Team Champions back in 2004. They had some wars with the combination of Sean Powers and Mitch Norris as Twisted Aggression. And how many times did Brass Monkey get that steel chain of Sean Powers planted right upside his head?
Well, you know, how many times has Sean Powers made an appearance here in CWF Mid-Atlantic, either as a wrestler, a manager, or a second on the outside, and always has the steel chain? Why is it allowed?
Yeah, you're exactly right. In fact, it was just 2 weeks ago on our TV taping on December 3rd, 6-man action. And what did Sean Powers do? Sean Powers wasn't even in the match, but that match ended because Sean Powers ran in and gave Monkey a reverse neck breaker with the steel chain. I've seen it happen time and time again. It's unfair, and what Brass Monkey tried to do today was bring an equalizer to the ring, and I'd be very surprised if that steel chain gets involved as long as Monkey has that kendo stick at ringside.
Looks like Monkey's going to take a bite out of crime just to irritate Powers more than anything. That's something we've started to see a lot out of him lately.
Yeah, Brass Monkey has a ferocity to him, the likes of which he didn't have a year ago, but ever since he had those wars with Dangerous E, Corey Edsel, that changed Brass Monkey into a new man. Be it for better or be it for worse, Brass Monkey is far more of a determined individual and has more fire in him than he did a year ago.
You know, a year ago, year and a half, 2 years ago, Brass Monkey was a smiling, laughing, you know, he was a clowning kind of guy. He wanted to have fun. That was what he came to wrestle for. Now it's become business. It's become personal. And Sean Powers is somebody that he has felt a lot of blues at the hands of over the last 2 years.
Yeah, I bet you when Sean Powers saw Brass Monkey come to the ring today with that kendo stick, his eyes about popped out of his head, because anyone who saw it will never forget what Brass Monkey did to Donnie Dollars back in August at Friday Night Fights with that kendo kendo stick. He beat Donnie Dollars half to death with that kendo stick just in order to get, oh, big spinal tap by Munkey. Beat Dollars half to death just to get a shot, that stretcher match against Corey Edsel.
Yeah, I tell you what. For those of you who want a chance to see Friday night fights, they're also available at CWFShopZone.com. Hey, we're here for you.
Yeah, you may want to go back and relive Friday Night Fights 3 when Brass Munkey tore Donnie Dollars apart with that kendo stick, but I guarantee you, that is one DVD Donnie Dollars will not own.
No, if he owns it, it'll be a promo, and I'm sure he will not watch that particular match because it was brutal. And we're starting to see brutal on the outside of the ring. Sean Powers rolls in, gets the referee to break his count, and he's going to try to do all the damage he can. Well, he rolled Munkey in.
Yeah, we knew going into Battlecade 6 that this quite possibly, aside from the cage match later on, could very easily be the most physical contest on the entire card because there is so much ill will between these two individuals and it goes back such a long time.
Yeah, and Brass Munkey is starting to feel the wrath of Sean Powers again. Big elbow, back elbow right into the chin. He is down. Referee Red Jones gets a 2 count. Munkey's able to kick out again.
And for those of you who are not familiar with possibly Sean Powers, Sean Powers was legitimately trained by the Russian bear, Ivan Koloff. That has a lot to do with that steel chain he brings to ringside. You know, God bless him for upholding the tradition in the Mid-Atlantic, but using a steel chain as a determining factor in contest is not upholding any kind of tradition I personally want to remember.
That's right. You know, Brass Munkey's trying to fight his way back up to a vertical base. He's up to his feet finally, driving an elbow into the midsection of Powers, finally able to break free.
Oh, big knee right into the abdomen, takes Brass Munkey right back down, and you kind of can see the methodicalness in each maneuver of Sean Powers. Sean Powers isn't going to do anything crazy. He's not going to come flying off the top rope, but he's going to make every single blow he hits count. Every single time he strikes that forearm across Brass Munkey's chest, he's going to make it feel, he's going to make it count.
Yeah, and you know, we said he was trained by the Russian bear Ivan Koloff. For those of you who have actually been inside of this sport, you may also know he actually ran Koloff's training school for what, 5 years?
That's exactly right. And of course, a very fine student of the game. He just doesn't always wrestle the way a student of the game should wrestle.
Well, he wrestles the way the man who taught him wrestles.
Fair enough on that one, because Ivan Koloff didn't exactly walk the straight and narrow every chance he had either.
That's right. Brass Munkey's going to pull Powers out. Powers reverses. Munkey back into the corner. Powers rushes into a big boot.
Big boot by Brass Munkey. He really needs to get some offense going. And Munkey, we've seen Brass Munkey do this many times. Off the top, somersaulting down on top of Sean Powers, making the cover. Referee Red Jones trying to make the count, but Munkey was unable to completely hook that leg, and Sean Powers was able to get out.
Yeah, Powers just barely able to roll out. Both men still down on their hands and knees on the canvas. Powers looks like he's going to be the first man back up. He delivers. Big clothesline with the left arm. Munkey is flat on his back.
You know, Sean Powers seemed to have a lot of desperation behind that clothesline. You can see the effect this bout has already taken on both men. Both men kind of second some wind here at this juncture.
That's right. Brass Munkey needs to get away from Sean Powers. Powers is going to try to drive him. Oh!
A spinning around neck breaker there with the leg, making the lateral press. Referee Red Jones almost came within a hair's breadth of counting Munkey out.
Yeah, Munkey able to kick out just barely. That was like a 2 7/8 count right there. And Munkey still doesn't look like he's with us right now.
And Munkey really out on his feet. Sean Powers muscling him up. Plant some center of the ring, and Sean Powers, now we have seen Sean Powers go for that diving headbutt, and if I had to guess, that's exactly what he's going to be going for right here. If he'll quit John with the fans at the Carolina Sports Arena. Flying off, not the headbutt, somersaulting, very uncharacteristic-like on the behalf of Sean Powers and no one home.
Yeah, Brass Munkey's trying to struggle back to his feet. He's over on the ropes. Sean Powers rolling around, his back in a world of hurt. Munkey's back to his feet.
Around the world, kick of doom. It's probably been 2 years since we've seen Munkey pull out the kick of doom, catching Sean Powers right in the back of the head.
Sean Powers has no clue where he's at right now. Brass Munkey, I think, maybe knows where he's at, but doesn't have it in him to get back to his feet. He's struggling to the ropes again.
Yeah, Brass Munkey trying to use the ropes to pull himself up. Referee Red Jones laying the countdown on both individuals. Both guys up to their knees, now trying to get back to that vertical base.
That's right, Sean Powers is up. He's back off the ropes. He's going to deliver. Munkey blocks it, and Munkey fires back with one of his own.
Yeah, Munkey fending off those haymakers coming from Sean Powers, nailing him with some of his own. Finally, shooting Sean Powers back up across the ropes. Finally, that advantage Brass Munkey may have. Big backdrop. Sean Powers goes airborne.
Sean Powers lands hard in the center of the ring. Munkey is staggering back over, and you can just imagine what's going through his mind right now. He's got Powers hurt.
Yeah, this is a war of attrition and determination right now for Brass Munkey. He really wants to put the shoulders of Sean Powers down. I mean, it's possibly outside of Cornelius, one of his biggest adversaries, but now Sean Powers, big side suplex plants Munkey.
I tell you, Sean Powers has come up with several equalizing maneuvers here, and that has got to be the veteran know-how, the years, the hours, the days he has spent in the ring training others to do this sport.
Tell me Brass Munkey hasn't earned the respect of Sean Powers here today with the physical war. No, Sean Powers going for the chain, but Munkey back on his feet, caught Sean Powers from behind. Now, Munkey driving the chest of Sean Powers into the knees, has him hooked, triangle choke. Sean Powers trying to fight up, trying to fight out of it. Munkey though, trying to hook the arm with the triangle choke.
I have never. Munkey has got the man down. He's in a world of hurt. Referee's asking, does he want to quit?
He's got that right arm hooked, trying to arm bar it, trying to muscle Sean Powers down with his pure leg strength. Munkey has some very strong legs, and Sean Powers fighting it for everything he's worth. Munkey trying to witch away, trying to gain some kind of advantage here, but Sean Powers looks like he's back to one knee, back up on his feet, back on that vertical base, trying to muscle out of it. Munkey won't let go of the arm. Munkey won't let go of the arm for anything. He hurts his back. Sean Powers drops. Sean Powers drops again. Munkey has him, and Sean Powers has nowhere to go at all. Referee Red Jones asking him, can Munkey make Sean Powers tap out?
Sean Powers is saying no, but he's tapping. The match is over. The match is over.
Brass Munkey somehow chokes Sean Powers out, triangle chokes, and makes him tap out at Battlecade VI. What a victory! A tremendous singles victory from Brass Munkey.
What a stepping stone up to the future for Brass Munkey. This is major. This is news-making. He made Sean Powers submit.
You think Brass Munkey isn't as big of a singles contender in the Mid-Atlantic rings as there is? Don't overlook Brass Munkey 2006.
You look to your left, you're going to see a Mack truck. You look to your right, you're going to see a Peterbilt. You look to your other left, you're going to see a KW. You look to your other right, you're going to see a stinking Volvo. But when you look dead ahead, baby, look at these headlights right here, because you're going to be looking at the mad trucker and all them crackheads for your very last time. Watch out.
First of all, I want to wish both of you guys good luck.
Dragon!
Right?
Dragon! 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 Dragon!
Now I held this title with pride. Whoever wins it, hopefully you'll do the same. Dragon, I know you're a great competitor. You beat me for it. I know you very well. Good luck to you. I don't know much about you. Good luck anyway.
very noble of Kid Justice, wishing both men the best as we are set for what should be one incredible contest, as this is the finals of the 2005 Rising Generation League Tournament. To the winner goes the gold.
Referee Charles Richardson signals for the bell. Ultra Dragon trying to get the crowd behind him. What a surprising 2005. El Toro Rojo, correct me, El Toro Rojo. Can I just call him Red Bull?
Yeah, the Red Bull, El Toro Rojo, has seemingly come out of nowhere to make it all the way to the finals of the 2005 RGL tournament. He debuted in the tournament. Meanwhile, on the other end, we have one of the most exciting youngsters, and I tell you one thing, El Toro Rojo sending a message home early with a series of vicious kicks to the Ultra Dragon.
Yeah, Ultra Dragon has no intention of letting the RGL title go south of the border for a season, so I mean, he's going to fight back, give him a little of what he was given to him.
Yeah, I think everyone expected the finals of the RGL tournament to be Ultra Dragon and Kid Justice. I mean, the writing was on the wall. Those two have been fighting all summer, all fall, all winter long over the RGL title. Kid Justice, whether it be by double countout, time limit draw, or some other ending, Kid Justice always escaped with the RGL championship. But tonight, seemingly, it could be Ultra Dragon's night to finally achieve that dream.
Ultra Dragon, he takes a big swinging arm drag, returns the favor. Dragon and Toro both look like they're ready for some more here.
Standoff here as the crowd shows their appreciation to both competitors here in the early going of this RGL final. And you know, if history means anything, the very first RGL tournament way back in December 14th, 2002 was won by the trainer of Ultra Dragon, the Kamikaze Kid. And of course, as we all know, the man that Ultra Dragon wrestled in his very first match.
That's right, that was an amazing piece of video. We should have up, actually on CWFShopZone.com before too awfully long.
Yeah,
let everybody get a view of it.
Yeah, in fact, a year ago this time, Ultra Dragon did not exist. But a month later, everyone knew who Ultra Dragon was, because at New Year's Knockout 2005, Ultra Dragon and Kamikaze Kid had one of the most breathtaking, heart-stopping battles I've ever witnessed in my life. Both men were sent to the hospital afterwards as El Toro Rojo plants Dragon there with a modified powerbomb, but very casual cover. You could not be making that kind of casual cover when you have a championship on the line.
That's right, Rojo was able to take advantage of the situation. Oh my goodness!
But Dragon caught him! Overhead, but Toro counters, landing right on top of Dragon. I think that maneuver may have left both men for the worse for wear.
Both men will be needing to visit the same dentist that Vercetti needs to go to after the shot he took in his match. I mean, they're both going straight to the face, straight to the mouth. The fans in the crowd are holding their mouths.
El Toro Rojo trying to get a breather. It looked like Dragon was almost trying to go for some form of pump handle suplex there. Toro Rojo counters, lands on top, and the way Dragon grabbed his mouth afterwards, it wouldn't surprise me if he busted his mouth and chipped a tooth or something there.
That's right, Rojo's back in the ring. Dragon's on the outside. I mean, Kid Justice, still out here watching.
Yeah, Kid Justice, doing the right thing, keeping his hands off both men, I'm sure. Good Lord. Toro Rojo tearing up the body of Ultra Dragon. I'm sure this has to eat away at Kid Justice not being able to compete in this matchup. But God bless him for being there to watch, to try and support whoever becomes the next champion.
Oh, what an interesting series of moves. Ultra Dragon is one slippery competitor. He grapevined his entire body, didn't he?
Yeah, but so far in this contest, I'd have to say El Toro Rojo is actually matching Dragon move for move, and Rojo actually has a little more size on him. Oh, caught him with the head scissors. Whirling bird by Ultra Dragon takes El Toro Rojo down.
Rojo's down. Ultra Dragon struggling back to his feet over in the corner. Crowd doesn't know what to make of this. They're not used to seeing this kind of wild, wide open action in tournament style.
Yeah, it's going to be very tough to call some of the maneuvers. Airplane spin, how long has it been? Oh, man!
Shades of Alvarez in Texas. I've not seen this since the 1980s.
But the airplane spin is one maneuver that will do almost as much damage to you as it does to your opponent, although that was a nasty fall the Dragon just took.
Okay, now tell me, if the referee counts both these men out, What happens to the title?
You know, I don't think this match can end in a draw. From everything I understood, from the rules that we had laid out, it cannot end in a draw. It has to continue until there is a decisive winner and both men down.
I tell you, this may be a new piece of history in the making right here at Battlecade VI, because I am really concerned neither one of these men will be able to continue.
Yeah, Dragon actually got here to the finals by pinning Kid Justice just 2 weeks ago. Toro Rojo was able to take out the very young Roy Wilkins, who was competing in his just second contest ever, and a clothesline turns the Dragon inside out.
Yeah, he was turned around inside out. He's not even sure what zip code he's in right now. He's probably trying to count how many teeth's in his mouth, try to figure out are those real birds flying around his head, but Toro is not waiting.
Vicious spinal tap by Rojo. I tell you one thing, I think a lot of us were looking past Rojo. Maybe we were already crowning the Dragon champ, but I'll tell you one thing, between his size, speed, and his what appears to be God-given ability, Rojo is not one to overlook by any imagination.
That's right. You know, he's really burst onto the scene here. Second, third match we've ever even seen him in. Look at the position he's in. He has got the upper hand against the, quote, uncrowned RGL champion right now, right here in the middle of the ring.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing, though. You're not, I'm going to go out on a limb, you're not going to get Ultra Dragon to tap out. I saw this kid bounce his head off a concrete floor at New Year's Knockout last year, and he did quit. That flying body press off the second rope, though, and a flying leg lariat takes Rojo right back down.
Yeah, I saw the same match as well, and I had to ask you then, as I'll ask you now, did he not know to quit?
I honestly did not think he would walk away. I didn't think he would ever be in a wrestling ring again. And here we are nearly 1 year later, and he's wrestling for the Rising Generation League Championship. Oh, bull rush by El Toro Rojo, driving Ultra Dragon into the corner.
I tell you, he's living up to his name now. He's got the man up on the top corner. Going to slap him a few times, walk around, get his bearings, and take a boot right to the jaw.
Dragon still perched on the top rope, flies off, caught in midair. Rojo takes him down into a backbreaker.
I do not know how Dragon is standing. Dragon is down. This may be the end of it right here now. Referee's getting in position. Rojo needs to cover this guy.
Yeah, Dragon's not a quitter, but man, a guy of that size and stature can only take so much physical punishment. You keep hitting him and keep hitting him, and sooner or later, no matter how much determination a man has, the physical body is just going to give out.
Why doesn't the luchador grab the leg and make the cover? He doesn't seem to be, you know, so up for it right now. He wants to, you know, deal out more punishment.
Like we said, the RGL title is for wrestlers with 3 years of experience or less, and that could very well be what's playing into effect here. He's making that inexperienced mistake by not hooking the leg. Has Dragon hooked around the waist, though? Dragon's blocking that German for everything he's worth. Trying to hammer away, trying to elbow his way out of it all the way around. Inverted DDT by Dragon right out of the playbook of his trainer, the Kamikaze Kid.
That's right. Dragon is struggling over, going to try to make the cover, but you know Dragon, he's slapping the canvas. He's not finished. That means he's heading for the corner.
I'd say that the crowd is somewhat split because they appreciate the efforts of both individuals, but I'd say a good 75–80% of this crowd is firmly behind Ultra Dragon as he's climbing. It could be the Sky Twister press. He's going for it, but nobody home.
That could be a major turning point. He went to the top rope, come down to a whole pad of nothing. There was nothing there, nobody. But I'm telling you, Toro needs to get with it. He needs to get back up on this man, and he looks like he's out of it too. Here we go again. We've got both men down and the referee counting for the second time in this championship bout.
And something you can't see with the naked eye, the ring was actually specially reinforced for the cage match tonight in preparation for Gary Stevens and Rick Converse. The ring a little harder than normal, and that probably added that much more punishment and abuse to the body of Ultra Dragon when he came crashing down after missing that Sky Twister press.
I tell you what, the masked luchador has got Dragon up. Oh, big chop across the shoulder there. Dragon is in a world of hurt. He gets slung into the ropes.
Yeah, the roaring chop could easily break a collarbone. Oh, Cristo! Dragon out of nowhere! Hooks on the Cristo! We've seen him tap out much larger individuals. We've seen Donnie Dollars tap to the Cristo, but Toro reverses out of it. Stomach breaker off the ropes. Shining Wizard! Vertical Shining Wizard! That's how he pinned Roy Wilkins just 2 weeks ago.
I tell you, that was beautiful. I don't think Dragon knows where he's at right now. El Toro Rojo needs to get over and make the pin. What is he going to do? He's looking for the corner.
I believe Rojo may be a little bit out from that Cristo because Dragon did have it locked momentarily as it was. But Toro Rojo now with the advantage. What is he setting Dragon up for? Spins him all the way around. Ladies and gentlemen, if he makes the cover, this is going to be it. Two. Oh, the foot's on the rope. Hey, Dragon's foot was on the rope.
Referee's calling for the bell. I mean, Kid Justice come in. What in the world?
Did Kid Justice just knock Dragon's foot off that bottom rope?
I don't know, but I'm telling you, the referee's calling for the bell.
No. Toro Rojo being handed the Rising Generation League Championship, but Dragon's foot was on the rope.
Hey, rookie Roy Wilkins is making his way back in. He's got the referee's ear here. Referee's trying to clear the ring. You know, this match is over, but
Roy trying to explain what's going on, but regardless, your 2005 Rising Generation League champion, El Toro Rojo.
I tell you, this is an unlikely ending. Wilkins still in the ring. Kid Justice over on the other side. I don't know what's going on here. They've awarded the belt to El Rojo. Oh my goodness, this is a travesty of justice here.
Yeah, it was a tremendous contest between two great athletic competitors, but I really wish we had not seen it end like that. You see some fans booing, some fans clapping, but if Kid Justice, I don't understand is Kid Justice harboring some kind of ill will towards Dragon for pinning him in the semifinal round? I mean, it was fair and square then. It could have been fair and square tonight. But El Toro Rojo, because Kid Justice brushed Dragon's foot off that bottom rope, is the new 2005 RGO champion.
Isn't that amazing? Wait a minute. Whoa! Charles Richardson took the belt away from him.
What is going on? Charles apparently has taken the word of Roy Wilkins that Kid Justice did indeed sweep the foot of the Ultra Dragon off the bottom rope. But El Toro Rojo, the match is restarted, driving the knees into Dragon's face. I am shocked that this match has been restarted by referee Charles Richardson.
And Dragon up and over. Oh my goodness!
He moonsaulted into a Cristo. Has it hooked? Has it locked? And I believe Charles isn't checking, but this match is not over. Charles Richardson checking now. Toro Rojo going down. He's tapping.
He tapped out. He tapped out right in the middle of the AWA logo in the middle of the ring. Our new Rising Generation League champion, Ultra Dragon.
Is Charles really going to give Dragon the title? Charles Richardson standing over the Ultra Dragon. Dragon looking up at him, trying to see if what has transpired. Is it a dream? Is this for real? Roy Wilkins helping Dragon to his feet, and Charles Richardson handing the Ultra Dragon the Rising Generation League Championship.
That's right. The roof is coming off the Carolina Sports Arena as the referee Roy Wilkins is helping strap up the new champion with his new title belt. I mean, does Dragon even realize he's won this belt?
Dragon, dead on his feet, incredibly somehow he moonsaulted into the arms of El Toro Rojo, turned it into a Cristo, made Toro Rojo tap out, and all I can say now is, does El Toro Rojo have Kid Justice to blame for not leaving as RGL champion? Dragon with the title belt, middle of the ring, Kid Justice, a look of disgust.
Justice is back. The referee run him off when he restarted the match, didn't he?
Kid Justice, who's already competed once tonight, and this is not the Kid Justice we all know and love by any means. Apparently, there was a lot more bitterness in the body of Kid Justice for not competing for the RGL title at Battlecade VI than any of us realized. But when the sun sets, the clouds have cleared, your 2005 Rising Generation League Tournament champion is indeed the Ultra Dragon. Man, Randolph, I can't tell you how much I've been looking forward to this grudge match as Matty D is finally going to have his chance for redemption, trying to get his hands across the throat of Mikael Yamaha for what went.
What in the world?
Mikael Yamaha wearing a cast to the ring, and if you think I'm buying it for a second, you think these fans are buying it for a second, you're dead wrong, Fatback. Brad Stutts and Michael Yamaha are trying to put one over, and they're not fooling anybody.
You know, Fatback likes to sling the stuff, but this arm in a sling is a whole new gimmick for him.
Yeah, I appreciate these fans getting in the face of Michael Yamaha and Brad Stutts on their way to the ring, because this is nothing but a con job. Michael Yamaha is 100% healthy as he gets, and he should be in the ring competing with Matty D tonight. And unfortunately, I believe this is going to require some kind of explanation on Fatback's part.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a situation on our hands. No, I'm serious. We have a situation on our hands. I know I'm not getting heckled by some third-string announcer from 20 years ago. We have a situation on our hands. Earlier this evening, at the Christmas party for Yamaha Enterprises, we had a spread like you wouldn't believe with lobsters and shrimp and rats and everything. And with myself and Donnie Dollars as the pillars, Michael Yamaha did his best ring rat limbo. There was a mistake. He slipped. All his weight and the weight of that poor girl came down, and it crushed the right arm of the box office draw, Michael Yamaha. So unfortunately, despite the fact that Weird Cross decided to call me out here and make some kind of mockery out of me earlier, there will be no match. So Mr. Cross, I'd like my money back right now, please. We can't wrestle anyway. I'd like my money back right now. As bad as I hate that I cannot beat Matty's brains out again tonight in front of you people, I am going to make sure that this ends on a good note. Despite my pain in my right arm, you know, we are a week away from Christmas. And how about bring my surprise with me, please? Oh, we're gonna. You see, how about that Michelin man over there talk some more? Fatback, for everything that you have ever done for me, you are my best bud in the whole world, the whole entire world. And I could care less what the rest of the world thinks of me. I just care about what you think. And, you know, we're all week away from Christmas, and Christmas is early for you tonight. This is for you, kid. I bought this. This is especially for you. So go ahead, tear right into it. It's all yours. Come on, open it. Come on. You're gonna get my money back. Get my check back, Cross. Hey, look, we're trying to open and gift here.
You're not getting...
Your microphone's not on.
Listen, Fatback.
His name is Porky,
You
not
may be-
Fatback. Porky.
You gotta keep turning my microphone off and don't think I'm not watching you.
He's past Fatback.
You may be Fatback, but you're a chicken. If you think for 1 second I'm letting you out of that match because of that right there, I don't care, limbo accident, bimbo accident, I don't care what it is. He's gonna be when Matty D comes out here. So you're not getting a refund, and you better get ready, because here comes Matty D. Look at Matty.
to suck it up, Michael Yamaha, because Rock and Roll Matty D is indeed here. And according to Commissioner Cross, there will be a bell, there will be a match, and Matty D is going to have his revenge.
That's right, Rock and Roll Matty D was beat nearly to death. We didn't think we'd ever see him in the ring again at the hands of the box office draw Michael Yamaha. And ever since he has been ordered to get back in the ring one-on-one, I mean, look what they've got to do.
Yeah, back on October 2nd at the 5th Annual Indie Rumble, Matty D was beaten senselessly with a chair by Michael Yamaha. Matty D, Yamaha, Rick Converse, Marcellus King. They were the final four in the Rumble. Matty D, major upsets, eliminating Yamaha, and Yamaha comes back in and beats Matty D like I've never seen another human being beat another with a steel chair. It was disgusting. It was deplorable. Yamaha should have been banned for life, but I'd rather have him here so he can receive the beating at the hands of Matty D.
Yamaha back out on the floor as long with manager Fatback Stutts out here. It looks like he's gonna. Looks like they're going to try to vacate the premises. Red Jones asking them to get back in the ring and fulfill the contract.
Yeah, there's going to be a match here. If there's not a match, Yamaha is done for. He's not going to be part of this company anymore. Commissioner Cross, the bell has rang, and referee Red Jones is making a count. Get in the ring, Yamaha!
Well, he's trying to get in the ring. Matty D's not going to let him.
Yeah, but referee Red Jones keeps counting.
10. Ring the bell.
What is this? What? No, this ain't a match. Statistically, this may count as a match, but this wasn't no match. Each and every one of us was just robbed. This was not a match.
Oh, yeah. 47 seconds of beauty and a thing of wrestling glory there. And all we get is man won't even let him raise his hand in the center of the ring. Matty D should be mad.
Matty D isn't getting any kind of happiness out of this victory. So what? Matty D wins by count out. Big deal. He needs to beat Yamaha half to death.
Tell you what, Matty D's asking for a microphone here. I believe he's gonna address the fans here.
Listen up, fairy boy. You're coming out here, you're milking an injury. We all know you don't have. Unless you were thinking about getting over your dirt bike or something like that. But I'll get 2 minutes. And I'm going to tell you right now.
No! Brad Stutts breaking his Christmas present, a tennis racket, over the back of Matty D.
Matty D has done felt it again, this time from the hands of Fatback. And now here's Yamaha back in the ring for a little celebration. Fatback going to add the boots to him, so you know Yamaha is going to high-five his manager, do a little directing of traffic. You know he's going to try to get a lick in or two himself, because that's just what kind of guy Yamaha is.
I hate this. I cannot even express my feelings of disdain towards him. Matty D is a good, decent human being. Come on, Matty! Come on, fire back, Matty! Get him! Come on, Matty! No, not Fatback!
Unreal.
Fatback holding Yamaha. Yeah, what a shocker! What a shocker! He's taking the sling off. He's not hurt at all. Double team from Yamaha and Fatback. Snap DDT drives Matty's head into the canvas.
You know, I think Yamaha snapped because when they got back to the entranceway, he realized he lost a match here.
Oh, Yamaha could care less about the loss. He just was happy that he didn't have to wrestle Matty on one-on-one. Matty D took Yamaha to the limit once. Yamaha escaped by the skin of his teeth, and then he did what he did at the Rumble. Matty D has not been able to compete in a real match since. Tonight does not count as a real match, and the Fatback splash is crashing down. Has Matty D's spine not suffered enough abuse in the past few months?
I tell you, this is unreal. I cannot believe this, and Fatback's going to set him up. He's either going to put the boots to him again, or what's he going to? Oh, he's going to waddle his way behind him and set him up again.
2 weeks ago, Matty D crawled himself out of bed just to be here at the Carolina Sports Arena, and Matty D now G-Star finally with the chair, a little bit a savior for rock and roll Matty D.
Yeah, business is picking up in the ring. G-Star has cleared him out.
Oh, tosses the chair right at Brad Stutts and about took him out. I'll tell you one thing, it was 2 weeks ago on December 3rd.
Somebody hand G-Star another chair.
we saw G and Matty sing in the crowd, and there was a little bit of altercation that will quite honestly never see the light of day on television or DVD because of what happened here at the Carolina Sports Arena, and there is no love lost between these four individuals.
And I tell you what, they're scurrying around like rats out here on the floor trying to find a way out of the arena. Yamaha's got the chair. All he can do is pound the concrete.
Yeah, Yamaha may be mad, but it ain't going to be nothing compared to what Matty D is going to be feeling when he gets up. I dare Yamaha to get in the ring right now with G-Star in there. I dare you!
You know Yamaha, Valor, and all that good stuff, so he goes right out the exit way. G-Star, thank goodness, was able to get in there and save Matty D, or they would have beat him to death with a chair again.
Former Mid-Atlantic television champion had that title stolen from her by Michael Yamaha over a year ago, and now just trying to be a friend to Matty D to help him out 2 weeks ago on crutches to just sit in the arena. Yamaha showed what kind of human being he was then, showed what kind of human being he was tonight, but in 2006, I guarantee you, one day, somehow, Matty D will have his revenge.
Six-man action in the ring. We've got Gemini Kid, Jesse El Fuego Ortega, and the rookie Roy Wilkins in six-man action facing off against Julius Augustus, Marcellus King, and Mikael McAllister.
Yeah, this is pretty much a grudge rematch from 2 weeks ago at our December 3rd taping. The teams are the same, except young Roy Wilkins is taking the place of Brass Munkey, who got his redemption earlier against Sean Powers in a big way. Right now, trying to break everything down for you, pretty much Marcellus King, Julius Augustus are the #1 contenders. Well, after tonight, they will be the #1 contenders to whoever comes out of the title match later on to the Mid-Atlantic Tag Team titles. And of course, their partner is that little runt, that scoundrel, and so many other edges that cannot be said. Mikael McAllister, he used to be the assistant commissioner, but his power has been thankfully usurped by Commissioner William L. Cross.
What exactly does he do now? I mean, I see him in the dressing room and he's like standing around with his hands in his pocket.
Yeah, he doesn't do much except give out orders to those that for some reason he has conned into listening to him.
Tell you what, you know, it was McAllister that put the $5,000 bounty on the head of Slick Rick Converse to keep him from being here tonight at Battlecade.
Yeah, and I guess that didn't pay off because he had about everyone in the locker room gunning for Rick Converse. But Rick Converse is here, the cage match is going to go down, and Mikael McAllister, not surprisingly, needs a little help in double teaming the Gemini Kid. Roy Wilkins, it just is what's going to be his 3rd professional match ever. Got some shots in on Mikael McAllister as Gemini and Jesse Ortega are squared off with Marcellus King and Julius Augustus.
Big boot in the midsection. We've got all 6 men going at it. Looks like they're all going to lock up. We could have a dance going here. It's beginning to look like a square dance. McAllister is out.
Yeah, we're doing a little do-si-do here as Gemini and Jesse Ortega have the suplex hook. Roy Wilkins getting a little help in as well. It's going to be a triple one on Marcellus and Augustus.
Oh my goodness, that's a 3-on-2. I mean a double team, it's a triple team.
That is a triple team. It is a handicapped suplex to be sure, as Gemini Kid now pulling Julius Augustus back to the corner.
So you're saying it's a handicapped suplex because Mikael McAllister's on the other team?
Yeah. Any match Mikael McAllister is a handicap for his squad.
Tell you what, Jesse Ortega's got the head, the shoulders are big, flex phenomenal. Julius Augustus locked up right now. The referee is making sure there's nothing going on in between there. Shouldn't be. Slings him off, goes up for a drop kick. He's not there.
And Julius Augustus and Marcellus King, they call themselves Alpha and Omega. They have made big waves. They won the Tag Team Battle Royal back in Bear Creek on November 19th. That show coming soon to DVD on CWFShopZone.com. When they won that Battle Royal, they earned the right to go to Bay City, Michigan and compete for the AWA World Tag Team titles.
That's right. Looks like Mikael McAllister's actually showing us a little bit of offense here. All of it's pretty much under the table, the kind of stuff that Gemini Kid wouldn't teach at the dojo.
Yeah, the eye poke right, but a very accurate eye poke, which is about the only offensive maneuver, and he slaps Jesse Ortega. I believe he caught a thumb in the eye there as well, because a slap is not going to take Ortega down.
Yeah, and Ortega's struggling to get back up here. McAllister's still got hold of the wrist. Looks like Ortega's going to try to roll his way out. McAllister just give up on it, dropped an elbow.
Actually, that was very smart of McAllister because he was caught with that maneuver 2 weeks ago, and this time McAllister simply let go of the arm, let Ortega roll through himself, and now proceeded to kick Ortega right in the back of the head.
Wait a minute, you mean McAllister is capable of learning?
He's capable of learning how to cheat better. That's about it. Oh, Ortega caught him that time.
That's right. Looked like a little bit of an equalizer with the boot of Jesse Ortega. Ortega's going to put it back to him again. And McAllister's belly down on the mat.
Yeah, my apologies if you can see me smile. If you can feel my smile through my commentary every time McAllister gets smacked in the face.
That's right, McAllister's in a world of hurt. He needs to get over to his corner now. But it looks like Ortega's chopping him into his corner.
You know, Ortega owes some payback and then some on Michael McAllister. Jesse Ortega had a 24 title defense run of the television title. He made 24 successful title defenses of that TV title in 2005. And if it wasn't for Michael McAllister scheduling matches against Ortega, I bet you Ortega would still be champion today and that title reign would be into the 30s by now.
That's a very good possibility to see. Rookie Roy Wilkins just took a boot to the top of the foot. A beautiful textbook cheat move again by McAllister.
Yeah, not surprisingly, you know, there's one guy McAllister may have a touch more experience than it may be over Roy Wilkins, but Roy Wilkins has been training under the tutelage of the Gemini Kid, his tag team partner there, and if Gemini Kid can do one thing, that is create great professional wrestlers.
Yeah, he's got a tendency to create a few monsters too, as we've seen in the past.
Yeah, Gemini Kid runs the CWF training school here in Burlington, North Carolina. And of course, if you've ever been interested in becoming what a professional wrestler can truly be, please go to CWFMidAtlantic.com. You know, send all your inquiries in because some of the greatest, actually I'd say pretty much 75% of the athletes that you will see on Battlecade VI, this huge event tonight, have all come from some form or fashion out of the CWF training camp.
That's right, they've all been a part of it where they're training, brushing up their skills, learning a few extra little moves, adding a finishing move to the repertoire. It can all be done there. But I'm going to tell you another thing. If you want to be an entertainer, somebody that does something like bra and panties matches,
yeah, please don't come.
Don't come.
Yeah,
don't bother. Don't waste your time.
Yeah, I mean, it's for professional wrestlers that are athletes, not entertainers that just want to, you know, have this little fantasy about wrestling once in a while.
Well, maybe they just want to be on cable TV. I mean, what else could it be?
Double suplex by Alpha and Omega on Roy Wilkins, taking him down. A little celebration there by Julius Augustus. Too early though, I'm sure, because Roy Wilkins, you don't get trained by Gemini Kid and get pinned by a double suplex.
That's right, Wilkins is still down. Big elbow by Julius Augustus, the flex phenomenal Julius Augustus, as he likes to remind me daily.
Yeah, and then now we have to mention too, Jesse Ortega, also trained by the Gemini Kid. Jesse Ortega, some of you going way back may remember his grandfather that wrestled Antonio Inoki in 1974 over in Japan. Had a, you know, obviously a big match at Kawasaki Stadium then. Ortega has that bloodline, and it just took Gemini Kid to really continue on that progress and make Jesse Ortega the great professional that he is today.
Well, you know, it was Ortega's grandfather that actually sent him to the Carolinas to polish up on his craft.
Big knee into the ribs there by Marcellus King, and without question, Marcellus King is the monster in this match. Marcellus King came within a hair's breadth of winning the 5th annual CWF Rumble this year. He was in there with Rick Commerce. It was down to those two, and it really wouldn't have shocked me to see Marcellus King emerge victorious in that match.
Yeah, Marcellus King is an impressive individual. He's not been here in the Mid-Atlantic area, what, 5, 6, 7 months. He's made an indelible print on both the tag team and the singles scene here. He just about had Wilkins rolled over for a pin, but the referee's busy keeping somebody else out of the ring.
And let's not forget one thing. The only man in this match that has never had his shoulders pinned to the mat is Marcellus King.
You know, that is correct. I cannot remember seeing that happen in that you mentioned it.
Julius Augustus now one-on-one with Roy Wilkins. I'll tell you one thing. The game plan of the McAllister team, it's going great, because the one guy they would want to isolate, beautiful Northern Lights and bridge by Augustus there. First time I've seen him break that maneuver out. But their game plan had to be isolate Roy Wilkins, tear this rookie apart. You know, I'm sure Roy Wilkins they couldn't have come into this match 100% anyway. I mean, the way he was eliminated in the Tag Team Battle Royal a month ago, the way El Toro Rojo tore his head off 2 weeks ago in that RGL semifinal bout.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, there's no quitting Roy Wilkins. Now, talk about weakest link. The weakest link is back in the ring. Michael McAllister, maybe Wilkins can take advantage of this situation and get to his corner, make a tag.
Boy, I would love to see Roy Wilkins somehow get a win over Michael McAllister. I tell you, you want to talk about getting the fans behind you. You know, they're already a little enamored anyways with Roy Wilkins after he bailed Ultra Dragon out big time at Battlecade VI. But if he can somehow pin Michael McAllister to the canvas here, you know, he's going to be the new hero for 2006.
Michael McAllister is in a new situation. He's not used to being in the ring with somebody that fights back.
Yeah, exactly. But actually, he's not used to being in the ring, period, unless the guy has already been torn half apart.
Yeah, you mean like you got a 3-on-1 situation in the corner over here, a towel being involved, all 6 men in the ring now.
Gemini Kid Jesse Ortega can take no more, and it is broken loose. Gemini Kid Ortega duking it out with Alpha and Omega as Roy Wilkins and Michael McAllister are finally resuming their battle there. Marcellus King tossing Gemini on the outside, and I believe Julius Augustus just went to the outside as well, courtesy of Ortega.
And I tell you what, Michael McAllister and Wilkins are still in close with each other, fighting in a lot of uppercuts, a lot of big elbows. They're going with the forearms now. Wilkins is by himself in the ring with McAllister.
Yeah, just out of nowhere, this was completely broken down to a one-on-one move with McAllister and Wilkins, and referee Charles Richardson thankfully is keeping his attention on the ring, which is more than we can say for what referee Red Jones did in the 6-man 2 weeks ago.
That's right, and Roy Wilkins in a world of hurt. I mean, there's nobody in his corner to make the tag too. So Wilkins is going to fire back on McAllister. McAllister staying with him though.
Yeah, Ortega just went to the chairs on the outside. A big drop kick right to the ribs by Roy Wilkins. I don't know if McAllister had a game plan or not going into that as he came off the ropes there. Wilkins met him with a big drop kick, and now Wilkins. Can Roy Wilkins do it? Come on, Roy, get up there.
Tell you what, Roy Wilkins is going to put it all on the line. You got to wonder about it. We know he's a rookie. It's very well documented. This is a very young man, very limited experience, and he's signaling he's going to the top rope.
Yeah, but he needs to do more than signal. He needs to get up there as everyone else still battling on the outside. Michael McAllister laying prone on the canvas. Roy Wilkins off the top. No, Marcellus King in. Caught him with the spear coming up the top.
I tell you what, that could be 2 or 3 broken ribs. McAllister down for the cover.
Oh, I guarantee you.
Referee's going to count. And oh, this is preposterous.
I'm sure Roy Wilkins was just about broken in two by the spear, and maybe, just maybe, I could have lived with it a little better if it was Marcellus King that got the 3 count. But for the love of God, not Michael McAllister getting the win, not him.
I tell you what, it's a sad day here for us. You got Flex Phemonenal, Julius Augustus, his partner Marcellus King, and I don't know. I don't even know what to say. I mean, you look at him, he's reprehensible. Michael McAllister, what is the point of this human being being here?
That little runt has won 2 straight, but it's not because of a lick of ability of his own.
McAllister, that's 2 times you pulled one over on us. In January, we're coming back in New York knockouts. And they call it knockout for a reason. And you better believe I'm going to get you in the ring and I'm going to knock you out.
Gary Mad Trucker Stevens, before you go revving up that engine, trying to steamroll over Rick Converse, there's a little bit of history you need to be made aware of. And that is that I'm undefeated at every Battlecade I've ever wrestled in. And for the last 2, I've won the Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight title. It's as simple as this. 2 men are going to enter that cage, but only 1 real man is going to leave there, and I'm going to leave the new Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight Champion, Slick Diddy Rick Converse.
Next event, Battlecade VI, is for the AWA Mid-Atlantic Tag Team Titles. Please welcome your challengers. Let's the ring by manager. You know what, Willie Nelson, I'm getting sick and tired of you not announcing my men properly when we come out here. It is a known fact, proven gentlemen, since last July, Tank Lawson is the strongest wrestler in this promotion. Big Donnie Dollars has been on CWF Mid-Atlantic TV more in the last 2 months than anybody else in that locker room. He is the king of CWF Mid-Atlantic television wrestling. You need to announce him as such from now on, okay?
10-4.
Thank you. One more thing I need to get off my chest. If that $2 trollop piece of trash with a $1.95 hairdo tries to interfere in this match and I can cost my men, I'm gonna smack that $1.95 hairdo right off her skull, and that's a fact.
Kiyia Moka.
It is time for our second championship bout of the night, as the Southside players have a huge test ahead of them as Donnie Dollars and Tank Lawson getting an early advantage with the sneak attack.
That's right, two of the biggest, strongest, most powerful men in the CWF Mid-Atlantic area going up again against the tag team champions. Double drop kick by J Money will be smooth. Looks like Lawson and Big Donnie are going to head to the floor down there with their Christmas coiffed manager Cornelius J. Lumpkin III.
Yes, Lumpkin is definitely going to have to regroup his boys as the Southside players weathered the storm early, and J Money trying to pull Dollars back in, but Dollars drops down, clotheslines Money on the top rope, and you know the Southside players are going to have to use every bit of speed and agility they have to try and survive this.
That's right, because you see Big Donnie Dollars, he comes in the ring, first thing he does, big overhand straight to the eyes. I mean, they're not going to take it easy on the champions at all. This is what they've been waiting for. Finally, a title shot at the Mid-Atlantic Tag Team title.
I'll tell you one thing. Tell me, has Donnie Dollars not been one of the most impressive newcomers of 2005? A year ago, he wasn't even on the scene, and he may not have a lot of wins under his belt, but as far as someone that is rapidly moving up the ladder, has an incredible offensive fireworks, you know, I think Donnie Dollars is top of the heap.
But you also got to admit one thing about Donnie Dollars is he's perhaps one of the most visible superstars of CWF Mid-Atlantic. I mean, he owned the television program from like October through December.
Yeah, Donnie Dollars, like we said, not piling up a lot of wins, but he wrestled everyone under the sun, from the champion to from the bottom to the top. Pretty much whoever it was, if there was an opening, Donnie Dollars would say, I'm there, I want the experience, and look how it's paying off now as he and Tank Lawson have the shot of a lifetime.
Oh, talk about payoff. The boot of Big Donnie Dollars has just decked his own tag team partner, Tank Lawson.
Lateral press by J Money, but referee Charles Richardson too slow in making the count.
What was he questioning?
I think because Donnie Dollars was still in the ring, Charles was arguing with him, a little bit of communication, but J Money almost ended this one early.
That's right, J Money just got a little communication. A thumb to the eye by Tank Lawson, backs him up in the corner. He's going to start measuring him up for the big fist.
Hey, let's face it, guess who has the momentum in this one? It's not the champs. 2 weeks ago, Dollars, Tank Lawson victorious in non-title action against the Southside Playas.
Tell you what, you got to keep an eye on these two young guys. They are young, they are big. I don't think either one has a clue how powerful they really are. Did you see the clothesline? Money went down like a bag of nickels.
Tank Lawson may not know how strong he is, but he definitely likes to brag about his prowess, because remember earlier this summer at Friday Night Fights, he was doing arm wrestling challenges against all comers.
Yeah, and he pretty much kept the money too. I mean, he put money up and walked off with it.
Big headbutts by Tank Lawson. I'm not sure if that was the smartest maneuver, but Tank Lawson will not always make the most intelligent maneuvers in the ring either.
Looks like Lawson's going to drag the face of J Money across the ropes. Money's in a world of hurt. He needs to make a tag, but he is in the wrong corner. Big hand by Donnie.
I will give it to Cornelius J. Lumpkin there. He looks like a freaking idiot, but I'll tell you one thing. He may be one of the smartest men in CWF Mid-Atlantic right now, because he was very content throughout 2005 to just fly under the radar, not making much noise, and as Dollars plants J Money center of the ring. And he was just kind of doing a feeling out process throughout 2005, and I really, for a while there, I thought he had championship combination in the form of Tank and John Kerman. He replaced John Kerman with Donnie Dollars, and I really think this right here, if he can get these two to be on the same page, this could be Jay Lumpkin's first tag team championship.
Now, what in the world, money is the back of the leg? I missed it.
Well, I think Dollars to the outside. I think when they were going for that double press, Donnie Dollars may have pulled a hamstring while they were lifting J Money up. Tank obviously took exception to that and started chewing out his tag team partner. That allowed J Money to clip Tank from behind. But right now, Dollars is on the outside of the ring trying to walk off whatever he may have pulled there.
And I tell you what, Will Be Smooth is going to make sure Tank Lawson can't walk off at all the rate he's going right now. I mean, he's just offering to go ahead and break the leg off.
You know, figure four. That could possibly be the most technical maneuver Will Be Smooth has ever performed. He's got Tank Lawson in a figure four at Battlecade VI. And Donnie Dollars can't even save his tag team partner.
I tell you what, referee got a 2 count on that one. Lawson come up, but I don't know whether it was from pain or whether he heard the count.
Tank Lawson screaming in pain. Shoulders are down. And oh, he was almost counted out right there.
I tell you what, Will Be Smooth. He pulls out a surprise every time we see him. This is one tenacious young man, but he just got a boot to the midsection by Donnie Dollars, who's going to argue with the referee a little.
Yeah, Will Be Smooth and J Money are like oil and water. They are as different as two wrestlers can get. J Money is the technician. Will Be Smooth, as they say, doesn't know a wrist lock from a wrist watch. The only thing he does in the locker room, he's not going over game film. He's not studying his opponent. He's sitting chilling on his headphones because when Will Be Smooth gets in the ring, the only thing his plan is to smack somebody upside the head.
Well, I mean, that's his whole plan. He likes hurting people. He's always been up front about it. We were surprised more than anything when Will Be Smooth came to the aid of J Money when he found himself as a player alone a while back.
Yeah, that was a year ago, and for those of you not familiar with the Southside Players, the original combination of the Southside Players were comprised of J Money and LA Cash. They had a phenomenal run as tag team champions from pretty much the dawn of the 21st century up until, what do you say, 2003?
Yeah, easy.
And then, you know, LA Cash did retire. J Money went on a singles run that included a cruiserweight title run that no one saw coming. It was a great year for J Money, and now when Will Be Smooth came into the fold, people, really the doubters, and myself included in that badge, said, well, this run of the Southside Players will never be able to match the original run of the Southside Players, and I'll be if they didn't do just that.
Well, you know, they also come out with another little added surprise. I mean, before Will Be Smooth became one of the players, we had never seen or heard of Kiyia Moka.
That's true. They do have their own valet there at ringside, Kiyia Moka. Hopefully, somehow she'll be able to offset the possible interference of Cornelius J. Lumpkin III.
You know, Lumpkin has not had to get involved with it so far. I mean, now that Dollars is back in, looks like he's going for a pump handle slam on Will Be Smooth. He's got him.
Oh, it's a slot machine. He calls it the slot machine, and Dollars has won with this maneuver before. Why isn't he hooking up?
He pulled him up.
You cannot do that in a championship bout. That is insanity. The goal is to win. The goal is to win championships. You cannot pull a man up off the canvas.
Think how impressive it would have been if he'd have got the 3 count and won the Mid-Atlantic Tag titles with his partner trying to walk off an injury on the outside. I mean, the manager's not been involved. It would have been all Donnie Dollars.
Yeah, Dollars will take Lawson while one's in the ring. The other's been on the outside milking a hamstring injury or whatever other ailment they have going at the time. But right now, Smooth chops Dollars right off the top. Smooth is perched. We've seen the elbow before. Is he going to hit it? He nails it.
Oh, talk about a textbook. That was beautiful. Drop from the top. Both men in a world right now where they need to make a tag. J Money cheering his partner on from the outside, trying to keep an eye on the situation, make sure we don't get interference from the other side. But I'm not sure Tank's able to interfere.
Yeah, that slot machine took a lot out of Will Be Smooth because he is not able to follow up off the elbow. Tank Lawson still favoring the leg. I think Dollars has been doing the same, and Will Be Smooth is going to have a clear gate to the tag to J Money.
Yeah, the tag's in. J Money's the legal man. Tank Lawson back in. Lawson's just not doing anything. I mean, his leg must really be bothering him. Oh, fine Money takes him out.
Beautiful diving clothesline takes the big Tank Lawson down, and J Money now trying. Oh, the irate. Always going back to the irate.
Well, yeah, but you also got to think, Grant, how many people have we seen take Tank Lawson off their feet in 2005?
Yeah, not many. Tank Lawson is a beast, and cheap shot into the stomach. Will be smooth, isolating J Money, and this could indeed be the opening, but no, shooting right into Donnie Dollars. Big neck breaker by J Money, hooks the leg of Tank Lawson. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Oh, Southside Players regained the AWA Mid-Atlantic Tag titles by pinfall. J Money right in the middle of the ring.
This has got to be considered an upset, as the title reign that began on March 19th, 2005 continues on for the Southside Playas. A little bit of words being exchanged in the ring by Dollars and Lumpkin. I think they're on the same page. Dollars is blaming Tank Lawson, but Dollars was the one on the apron that was in the way.
I'll tell you what, you also got to keep in mind, who was Lumpkin the manager of originally? Tank Lawson. I mean, this could be a division here.
Yeah, Lumpkin pulling. Oh, Tank does not look happy. I cannot.
How smart is Cornelius J. Lumpkin?
He did not just slap Tank Lawson.
He slapped him, I saw it.
Cornelius J. Lumpkin, he may have slapped the last man ever, because Tank Lawson is going to tear him apart.
You know, wait a minute, Donnie Dollars is getting in between them.
Yeah, Donnie Dollars better, or else he's going to be attending the funeral of Lumpkin next week. Why is Tank Lawson not tearing Lumpkin from head to toe? Just handed him an envelope. Cornelius J. Lumpkin trying to control his athletes via money, but money only goes so far. Tank just threw it to the fans.
Tank is not happy. Look at the look on his face.
Donnie Dollars better step in between one more time, because this could indeed be a lights out match for Cornelius J. Lumpkin. Dollars trying to reason with him.
I just don't get this. Cornelius J. Lumpkin should have better control of what's going on here. I mean,
a handshake?
He didn't shake hands with Tank.
No, Lumpkin and Tank sure didn't shake hands.
No.
I mean, Tank may respect Donnie Dollars. Donnie Dollars may be the only thing keeping Tank Lawson from tearing J. Lumpkin apart. Very intriguing developments here at Battlecade VI. Championship bouts down, 2 to go. A very handsome man, Mitch Connor, is on the run one more time from the Boogie Woogie man, Rob McBride.
Yeah, McBride's in the middle of the ring, and like we have been seeing so many times in the past, our TV champion is milking the clock down on the floor.
The bell has just now rung. Why in the world does he feel the need to milk the clock already? For those of you new to CWF Mid-Atlantic Wrestling, Mitch Connor flat out robbed Jesse Ortega of the television title back on September 17th at Super Clash. Ever since he won that title, you know, every title match only has a 10-minute time limit on it. He has spent more time running, hiding behind fans, hiding behind the timekeeper, hiding outside the building, going everywhere but in the ring competing. And this is Rob McBride's third shot at the TV title, and guess what? The last two ended in a time limit draw.
Yeah, isn't that the way it's been going? I tell you what, McBride has to keep his hands on Connor, even a test of strength, something as simple as this. He's got his hands on him, and he's got him in the middle of the ring. He's got to take advantage of the situation.
Yeah, Mitch Connor is very full of himself, but he's dreaming if he thinks he's going to beat the Boogie Woogie Man and strength of test. Nice amateur-like takedown from Rob McBride, and now pounding away on the head head of Mitch Connor.
And he's off to the floor again.
What a shocker. It's so frustrating. We've had so many great Mid-Atlantic television champions. You know, X-Cyrus, what a champion he was. And then G-Star, Michael Yamaha, Jesse Ortega, and it was all on a roll, the hottest title in the Mid-Atlantic, and then it lands in the lap of Mitch Connor.
Yeah, we can call him the iceberg with this one because he's pretty much chilled off the TV champion with this kind of, you know, posing and parading, staying outside the ring. I mean, he's not even making an attempt to lock up with his opponent.
And you know, the sad thing is, if it was someone like Michael McAllister, God forbid that thought, but if someone like Michael McAllister, I could see it. You know, see him using this game plan. But Mitch Connor, he's a really good athlete. He doesn't have to resort to tactics like this.
Tell you what, Rob McBride, the Boogie Woogie Man, he might be the one to change it up on him, but I'm going to tell you, he's got to get on with it. This 10-minute time limit is something that's got to be on your mind from the moment you walk into the arena until the bell.
Yeah, whether Rob McBride's trying to or not, he's almost playing into the game plan of Mitch Connor. Arm drag, and out he goes once again at the packed house. Here the CSA. Rob McBride, though, trying to take him to the outside. Oh, I think he outsmarted Mitch Connor there. He was hightailing it. Mitch Connor runs right into a big chop from the Boogie Woogie Man.
Yeah, but he's got to get him back in the ring. Oh, drive the hand across the apron. He's going to be nice and numb now around the ring post.
He could have broke some bones in that hand between the ring apron and the steel ring post.
And he's taking a bite out of crime. Mitch Connor is wishing he was back in the ring at this point.
Yeah, Mitch Connor, but that's smart on Rob McBride. If Mitch Connor starts running towards the ring, that's where Rob McBride wants him, because that is the only place that Mitch Connor can lose the Mid-Atlantic television title.
Well, McBride's got it cinched up. He's going with an elbow right into the forearm again. He's going to work him over. Hold on. I think he knows now. He's got to keep his hands on this man to keep him in the ring. Nice.
Yeah, very nice takedown there by Rob McBride, employing a little bit of Mitch Connor's own strategy. And for those of you who are wondering, watching this for the first time, like, why in the world are we calling Rob McBride the Boogie Woogie Man?
Because he is daddy.
Because really, to a lot of people, there's only one Boogie Woogie Man, and of course that is the legendary, the man himself, Jimmy Valiant. Well, as many of you know, Jimmy Valiant did retire in 2005, and this isn't the case of one man, Buddy Landell, stealing another man's name or anything. This is the story of one man that left this great sport and passed the name on to someone he truly cared deeply about. And that is what happened when Jimmy Valiant handed down the name of the Boogie Woogie Man to Rob McBride and said, don't ever let the Boogie Woogie Man die.
That's right. He said he could not be Mid-Atlantic Wrestling without the Boogie Man. You know, I grew up with the Boogie Man. Boogie Man's always been one of my favorites. And if anybody was to step into those boots, McBride is the one that could do it.
Yeah, and really even before he had the moniker of the Boogie Woogie Man from Jimmy Valiant, Rob McBride, nasty spill on the outside. Rob McBride and Jimmy Valiant go way, way back. You know, to a lot of people, Rob was Boogie before he had the name Boogie.
Well, that's true. I mean, I can remember seeing the two of them in the ring in the past. And there's something about Rob McBride in the ring with Jimmy Valiant that brought the best out of Jimmy Valiant.
And you know what Rob McBride wants to do? He doesn't just want to defeat Mitch Connor for the Mid-Atlantic television title. Jimmy Valiant was a 3-time Mid-Atlantic television champion. Rob McBride wants so very deeply to be able to do the same thing that his mentor did, and that is win the Mid-Atlantic television title. That means as much to Rob McBride as anything he has ever done in professional wrestling.
I tell you what, keep an eye on the ring. Mitch Connor is actually standing in the ring. Looks like he's got the upper hand here. And what's he doing? He's limping off to the people outside that paid to get in.
Yeah, but you know how Mitch Connor is. That's just a tactic. He's stalling. Every single chance he gets, he's stalling for time. He hit that knee. I bet you don't hit another maneuver for 5 minutes.
Oh, wait a minute. No, he's going to choke on him a little bit here.
Yeah, that's a maneuver. Mitch Connor just... See, this is what's so frustrating. We've had the greatest matches in recent times have come because of the Mid-Atlantic television title. Mitch Connor is not giving these fans that opportunity to watch great matches because he would rather run and hide.
Well, I mean, that's his strategy. I mean, how many defenses does he have?
He's had several. I mean, I'd say he's up to 7 or 8 or so at this point.
And how many have ended in a 10-minute time limit draw? All of them?
I would say 4 or 5 of them have ended in a 10-minute time limit draw, whether it's Rob McBride, Cyrus, Jesse Ortega. That's all he cares about. He doesn't even care about winning. He just cares about being champion.
Well, you know, I'm not surprised that he's not coming to the ring wearing a wristwatch these days.
Yeah, that's why it's constantly. We've seen him in the past before, every 30 seconds asking the timekeeper how much time is left. And if I had to guess, I bet you he does it again. Oh, Rob McBride has it, has him hooked. It could be the superstar. Rob McBride hit the Saturday Night Superstar on Saturday night, December 17th, but is unable to make a cover.
Tell you what, McBride's in a world of hurt, covering up the face. He rolls away. Connor's rolling around here in the middle of the ring as well. The referee's having to do a double count.
I'm actually, now that I'm looking at it, did Rob McBride and Mitch Connor somehow butt heads when they both went down from the Superstar? Because referee Ray Jones could be counting them both out, but Mitch Connor is back on the floor. Yeah, we saw Michael Yamaha get away with this crap earlier. Mitch Connor stalling for time himself.
And I tell you what, even if he's counted out, Connor would continue to hold the title.
Exactly. He's working the system. That's all he's doing. He's not going to be any kind of champion. People are going to be looking at it years from now saying, oh, he was one of the greatest Mid-Atlantic television champions ever. Yeah, they say that with Jimmy Valiant. Maybe one day they can say it with Rob McBride. But until he wrestles, Mitch Connor will not be a great Mid-Atlantic television champion. He doesn't deserve to hold it. I hope somehow, some way, Rob McBride can get past this time limit and pin him right here at Battlecade VI.
Yeah, he may be from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, but I want you to look at him right now. What Mitch Connor is doing right now is the lock from our old pal Johnny Weaver, a Mid-Atlantic legend.
Yeah, Mitch Connor loves throwing stuff right in the face of Mid-Atlantic fans. He loves the fact that he's from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Cheesehead Country, and holds the Mid-Atlantic television title.
Yeah, he spends most of his time when he's not in the ring actually parading around in greater Milwaukee, showing off the belt to anybody.
Have you seen his home footage? He actually met with the mayor of Milwaukee over the Thanksgiving holiday wearing the title. From what I understand, he sleeps with the title, he eats, he bathes with the title. That title does not leave his side, and until we get a longer time limit, we'll never get rid of him as television champion.
I'll tell you what, I've got to say that's impressive. I've not seen the video yet of him with the mayor of Milwaukee. Beautiful backdrop by the Boogie. I mean, but the way I look at it is, you know, the biggest clown I've ever met. I met the mayor of Gibsonville.
I think I've run across him some point in time in my life too. I believe it was October of 2005, 2004. Mitch Connor, though, down because of that back suplex. The Boogie Woogie Man nailed him with, but of course, thanks to the Weaver lock, Mitch Connor is actually the one on his feet first.
I'll tell you what, Mitch Connor has got to be listening to the time. He's watching the seconds tick away, but Boogie has got hold of him in the ring again. Here he goes.
Oh, no!
Belly down.
Come on! This is ridiculous! This is not right!
Oh, that's going to leave a mark.
Rob McBride taking it to Mitch Connor on the outside of the ring, but is it going to be too little, too late? Oh, big body slam on the outside of the ring, right here in front of the fans at the CSA.
You know, the concrete is unforgiving, but he's got to get the man back in the ring. Connor is back in, Boogie's in on his heels, but it looks like Connor's going to try to go all the way out across the other side.
Mitch Connor trying to hang on to the ropes for dear life, and someone may want to get the black censor bar up if Rob McBride drags him back into the ring one more time like that.
I tell you what, Connor's trying to get out again, and here we go, full moon!
Yeah, but more importantly than that, the time limit. That blasted time limit Mitch Connor has milked to its full effectiveness once again.
Yeah, Mitch Connor once again with a 10-minute time limit draw. He gets to pull his pants up, grab the television title, and beat it out of here back towards Milwaukee again, like he does every week.
I tell you one thing, after the holidays are over, after the New Year's is over, Commissioner Cross, I'm begging you, please step in, do something about this, extend the time limit, a lumberjack match, anything.
Put him in the cage!
But please do something about the reign of Mitch Connor as Mid-Atlantic television champion.
CWF Mid-Atlantic. Let me introduce myself. My name is Jake Manning, live and in Technicolor. I've been an observer tonight. I've been watching everybody. And one thing I've been observing is a lot of talking. That's why I just grabbed this cameraman and told him, you better watch greatness, because I'm going to spill some of it right now for you. I've been listening to Rick Converse,
the Mad Trucker, doing a lot of talking about this big match they have. Well, that's exactly what I've come here for. Big matches, big money, and that big belt. That Mid-Atlantic Championship belt. I don't care about the TV title. I don't care about making friends and getting the tag belts. I come here to make an impact. And that's exactly what I'm gonna do. So whichever one of you walks out of that cage alive, you don't need to put eyes in the back of your head, because I'm coming straight for you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, as indeed come to this, the main event of Battlecade VI, and your challenger, Slick Diddy Rick Converse.
That's right, two-time former Mid-Atlantic heavyweight champion. It's come down to this, a steel cage, no disqualification, no time limit. These two men are finally going to put it to rest.
And your champion, the Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight Champion, the Mad Trucker, Gary Stevens.
Gary Stevens once again with the belt in hand. Notice in the right hand, the Billy Club, Little Billy as he's called.
Yeah, this feud has been rolling throughout in the entire year of 2005. It was way back on March the 26th. Rick Converse wasn't the most beloved man in the building then. Gary Stevens wanted a championship bout, and it led to one of the most chaotic scenes ever in the Carolina sports arena. It cleared out half the arena, the entire locker room, and as time continued, it led us to here today, December 17th, 2005, the ultimate final confrontation between Rick Converse and Gary Stevens, and you better believe it, it's for all the marbles. Not only is it for the Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight title, but the winner of this contest will compete for the AWA World Heavyweight title on January 28th, when the winner of this bout steps into the ring with the king of old school, Steve Corino.
Tell you what, these two men have been going at it since the first of the year. They know each other very well. I mean, I've seen changes in the past few months with Converse, his attitude, the way he approaches a match. But then, is this not a surprise? The official in the ring is Morgan Dollar.
Yeah, the one catch to this match, which has me and many fans greatly concerned, Gary Stevens was able to handpick the official from this contest. He only handpicked someone from his hometown, someone he knows very well. An official by the name of Morgan Dollar. Not an official that is regularly seen in CWF Mid-Atlantic arenas. He's made a couple of appearances here and there, but a very unusual selection for Gary Stevens.
Well, he is indeed legally licensed to officiate CWF Mid-Atlantic Championship matches by both CWF and the AWA. But it's like you said, we don't see him very frequently.
A lot of us, of course, were thinking Gary Stevens would handpick the obvious Michael McAllister to stack the odds in his favor. And I don't want to celebrate too soon the fact that it's Morgan Dollar, but I am very thankful that it is not Michael McAllister.
Yeah, Michael McAllister has been the driving force behind Gary Stevens holding on to this title. He has helped the man out, you know, in the ring, outside of the ring, in the locker room, in the legal boardroom. He has been able to switch around contracts and keep Rick Converse away from Gary Stevens. I mean, obviously, the $5,000 bounty, obviously he didn't pay it out.
Yeah, ever since Gary Stevens became the Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight Champion back on July 15th at Friday Night Fights 2 in a King of the Road match, Michael McAllister was pretty much to blame for Converse losing the title, and he has done everything that he can to try and make sure Gary Stevens retains it. Apparently the commissioner, from what I just caught, the commissioner is ordering that billy club that Gary Stevens carries around to not be in the cage tonight. The billy club apparently will not come into play, and this bout will end fair and square in the middle of the ring.
That's right. I tell you, this is what it's all about. This is what we've been waiting for. This is Battlecade VI. This is the granddaddy. This is the main event. The first time ever that we've had a steel cage erected inside the Carolina Sports Arena or in any CWF ring, for that matter, in the last 6 years. This is what it's all about. This is what it's come down to.
You know, a lot of people question why has there not been a cage match. It's because cage matches in 2005 are usually not what cage matches should be. This is an old school Mid-Atlantic heavyweight title match in a steel cage. You can't win by climbing over the top rope and touching the ground. You can only win by pinfall or submission. And let's listen to the words of Rick Converse and Gary Stevens. And Gary Stevens lands the first blow right across the face of Rick Converse, who leaps into the arms of Gary Stevens, hammering away on the cranium of the champ.
That's right, Converse back straight to the face, as he likes to say. Oh my goodness, these two are going right in the middle of the ring at each other. There is no love lost between these two men.
This could easily be the most physical war either of these two individuals have ever been in. Rick Converse blocks the steel cage. Gary Stevens was going for it early.
I tell you what, I heard rumor that somewhere back in the dressing room, Gary Stevens informed someone that he was taking the cage down tonight.
Yeah, that's what I understood. Gary Stevens, the cage is not going to be erected by that time this match is over, from what Gary Stevens has declared. I don't know how in the world he plans on bringing it down, but right now Rick Converse is trying to put him through it.
That's right, both men trying to keep from having their faces, their heads, any part of their body touching that unforgiven steel cage. And I'm going to tell you what, unforgiven too are the big chops of the mad trucker, Gary Stevens.
Yeah, this match is not going to be pretty. I'm willing to bet it's not going to be for the faint of heart. Rick Converse, a tremendous two-time former Mid-Atlantic heavyweight champion, trying to ascend the throne for a third occasion, a feat that has been very rarely accomplished. And Gary Stevens, a caged animal, a crazed caged animal, is looking to retain the title in the biggest match in either man's career.
And you notice so far what we've seen in the opening moments of this match is going very much by the script of one mad trucker, Gary Stevens. It's not high-flying. He's got his opponent down. He's got both feet on the ground, and he's unloading on him.
He is welting the chest of Rick Converse. How many times in the past did we see Ric Flair in a Mid-Atlantic heavyweight title match inside a steel cage, chopping the skin right off of his opponent? That's the same thing that Gary Stevens is going to try to do here tonight on December 17th.
That's right. Looks like Converse has got a little of the spirit of Flair. He's going to light up the chest of a mad trucker. Mad trucker dancing away from that one. I believe he felt it.
Yeah, from Slick Rick to Slick Diddy, Rick Converse embodies the heritage of everything that was great, everything that was pure about the sport of professional professional wrestling, but right now he's in there with his greatest adversary of all time, the Mad Trucker Gary Stevens.
And I tell you what, the weight itself, the body weight of Gary Stevens is his best ally right now. He is using every muscle in his body, every ounce of his body weight, trying to get the face of Slick Diddy Rick Converse disfigured in this unforgiving steel cage.
Yeah, Gary Stevens weighed in at some 327 pounds here tonight. Rick Converse 232 1/4, and Rick Converse obviously at a great weight disadvantage. Kicking, Gary Stevens is going to try and use everything to his advantage to somehow try and overcome the monster that has steamrolled through all competition since winning the title on July 15th.
That's right, Slick Diddy. I mean, it's been on his mind. It's the topic of conversation every waking moment since he lost that title. And I tell you, he would not have agreed to do a match like this to put his career on the line if he knew it wasn't for all the marbles.
Rick Converse raining those right hands down into the skull of Gary Stevens, and you know Rick Converse wants nothing more to do in this contest than make Gary Stevens taste his own blood.
Well, that's probably going to happen. I say that from cage matches I've been at ringside in the past, and you see Converse's head just went up against the steel right then, if you missed that. I mean, he is feeling it.
Yeah, he was able to block it somewhat, though, with his arm, though. He only grazed the cage there. And once again, these two are obsessed with cramming one another's heads into that unforgiving mesh.
That's right. I'm telling you, first time ever in CWF Mid-Atlantic we've had a steel cage. Involuntary muscle spasm on part of the trucker got Converse's offense backtracked.
Yeah, that low blow is an automatic disqualification in CWF Mid-Atlantic rings, just like a pile driver, an automatic disqualification. But Gary Stevens knows full and well there is no disqualification inside a steel cage match.
Now, you called him a caged animal earlier. That has to be the scariest thing anybody, including referee Morgan Dollar, can do, is lock themselves inside a steel cage with Gary the Mad Trucker Stevens.
Yeah, you have to have something special, something extra, not only physically but mentally, to step in the ring with a man the likes of Gary Stevens.
You see the referee isn't even counting on this blatant chokehold. I mean, it's no DQ. He can count all day and it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, Rick Converse could pass out right here and now. If he cannot get any oxygen, Rick Converse is going to have to break this choke somehow, some way. He's got to fight his way out of it, or his title dreams are going to be over right here and now.
Tell you what, I'm not sure Trucker's got rolled over the top of Converse. Converse still in the world of hurt, trying to get his breath back, trying to get his bearings. And I mean, no matter where he looks, he sees steel cage.
It was a dark day on July 15th because no one really thought Rick Converse was going to lose the Mid-Atlantic heavyweight title. He was such a tremendous, just a great champion, and the writing just wasn't on the wall for him to lose it. And when he lost it, a lot of these people's hearts really dropped, and they have really pushed Rick Converse forth these past few months to try and reclaim that past glory.
You know, regardless of the outcome here tonight, Battlecade VI, when you get down to the record book, when you're looking back on history a few years down the road, the Mad Trucker's going to have a pretty good name in the record book as well.
Yeah, Gary Stevens turned out to be a greater Mid-Atlantic heavyweight champion than I think any of us ever dreamed. And you know, that title reign, who knows when it could end. It isn't necessarily going to end tonight. Gary Stevens could be walking into Battlecade VII still as Mid-Atlantic heavyweight champion if he feels so desired.
Or Battlecade VIII or Battlecade
And the list goes on and on. You mentioned Gary Stevens going for really the first count, covering the contest, and if I'm not mistaken, that count by Morgan Dollar was a little speedier than what it should have been.
Well, you know, as long as he does the same speed for both, we can't have a complaint there. He's just got to be consistent. But right now, the only consistent thing is Rick Converse is in a world of pain.
Rick Converse just trying to fire back. Caught him with one good shot, another one into the abdomen there. Rick Converse trying to fire back, another one to the face. Finally, has the massive Mad Trucker reeling slightly, and a big chop levels the Mad Trucker.
And I tell you what, Converse put it all behind that. He's back off his feet again just from a chop. I mean, he put everything in it. He's got to roll over. Looks like he's going to go for a couple.
And here, let's see the count. No, come on, that's not even close. It's not even close to being the same kind of count.
Okay, Converse has to keep his mind on his opponent. He knows now where the referee stands. It's 2-on-1 inside a steel cage.
I can't say I'm exactly shocked, but I was hoping, you know, how many times in 2005 have we seen Rick Converse get screwed out of what seemed to be a sure victory? Will it be wrestling for the Mad Truckers Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight title? Will it be wrestling for the 2005 Johnny Weaver Cup? Whatever it is, Rick Converse gets the shaft more often than not, and he's got to somehow come back on top, win this title bout here today, go into the Carino match as the Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight Champion.
You know, I believe what we're seeing in the ring right now, Converse on the second rope choking away at the Mad Trucker. I believe we're peeking into the past of Rick Converse here.
Yeah, Rick Converse didn't exactly walk the straight and narrow a few years ago. Rick Converse knew how to break a rule or two, and you better believe he's going to resort to those days when you're locked inside a steel cage.
Well, you know, Converse is still reeling. The Mad Trucker's got the upper hand. He's going to start up with some more chops. Converse back down on the canvas, struggling again, try to get back to his feet.
Yeah, you know both these men are going to be welted from head to toe by the time this one's over with. And did Rick catch the cage there? He may have blocked it somewhat with the turnbuckle. He definitely ate the turnbuckle on that one.
Tell you what, Converse needs to get away from the man a minute, needs to get his breath, because this trucker has got steel cage glint in his eye, and he's trying to put Converse into it.
Rick Converse trying to fire back. Rick Converse, this is Battlecade 6. Rick Converse has never lost at Battlecade. At Battlecade in 2002, he successfully defended his Cruiserweight title. And Battlecade 2003, 2004, both times he pinned Dangerous E. Corey Edsel to win the Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight title. Can he make it 4-0 at Battlecade here tonight?
I tell you what, he's got the deck stacked against him right now. The trucker is not afraid to use anything and everything he knows how to do to put pain racked through the body of Slick Diddy Rick Converse, just like that stiff shot to the lower spine.
And then we go with what can Rick Converse do to actually pin Gary Stevens? Rick Converse has never lifted Gary Stevens up with the Richter scale. That's Rick Converse's signature maneuver, and he's never hit Gary Stevens with it without being able to lift that 300-plus pound monster onto his back. How is Rick Converse going to pin Gary?
Well, you know, I know Converse came into this match with some sort of plan, some kind of game plan, some point that he's going to try to get this big Mad Trucker to where he can hit him with something to put an end to the match. But right now, from what we've seen so far, I have no clue what that is.
Yeah, I mean, brutal chop to the back. I mean, obviously the champion is at a huge advantage here from just the environment that they are in, a steel cage, from the size advantage to just the crazed mentality that it takes. Gary Stevens has the Vegas odds all locked up in this one.
That's right. I mean, we've been hearing from Minnesota all day about, well, who are we going to put Gary Stevens' title up against next, or, you know, in January or in February of 2006. And, you know, the match isn't over. It's sort of hard to do that either way, but the way things are going right now, the Mad Trucker looks like he's got Slick Diddy in the palm of his hand.
Yeah, Slick Diddy, Rick Converse. I mean, not only is a former Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight Champion, he is the uncrowned AWA World Heavyweight Champion. And if you want to argue that point, just go to Steve Carino himself and ask him, did Rick Converse take you to the limit? And he'll tell you, oh yeah, he did, because Steve Carino stood there on September 17th and said, Rick Converse, I'm sorry it went down like this, but you are the uncrowned AWA World Heavyweight Champion, and you know Rick Converse wants to meet that second date with Destiny on January the 28th. And of course, on the other hand, Gary Stevens and Steve Carino, there's no...
I'd pay to see that.
That would be an incredible bout.
I would definitely not have a problem paying to see either one of the two men in this ring right now facing Carino on the 28th. I mean, that's what it's all about. It's not just a title, it's a shot at the world title, the only true world heavyweight title in professional wrestling today.
Rick Converse measuring Gary Stevens, meets him with a forearm right upside the head coming in. Gary Stevens finally rocked back, but has Gary Stevens yet to be taken off his feet? Converse going for a slam! Oh! Collapses! Referee Morgan Dollar coming over, and oh, so close, even with the fast count. even with that sickening fast count, Gary Stevens was not able to keep Rick down.
I tell you what, Converse is struggling to keep from getting pinned. Looks like the referee's taking a little bit of harsh verbal abuse from the trucker at this point. Trucker's still sounding off to him, telling him to get down and count.
Oh, I don't think Gary Stevens has much to argue about. I mean, this is Gary Stevens' hand-picked official. If you can't keep the shoulders of Slick Diddy down, it's not the official's fault. It's because you've got to stoop even lower, Gary.
And I tell you what, it only takes 3 seconds, a 1, 2, 3 count, and it's over. It's all over. I mean, look at Converse over here in the corner. He doesn't even appear to be trying to get up at this point. Is he hurt that bad?
Rick Converse certainly has got to be feeling the wear and tear of this one. But the one thing I'm thrilled about, well, the one thing I was thrilled about until we saw the officiating that we're getting handed, I felt in my heart that tonight at Battlecade VI, this contest would end fair and square. There would be no question about who is champion when this bout would be over. It would be undisputed. It would be clear as crystal. One of these men would definitely be the Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight Champion. But now with the actions of Morgan Dollar, I really have to question if we're going to get a fair and square rematch for Slick Diddy Rick Converse.
I tell you what, I believe Converse got a little bit of a lucky shot in on a kick just then, hurt the trucker a little bit more than he thought, so he's going to lay the boots to the ribs of the trucker. Now, this is the first time we've seen Trucker down when Converse is up.
Yeah, if Rick caught him with a low blow there, then so be it. You know, we're in a steel cage match. Gary Stevens already took the cheap shot on Rick Converse earlier, so pay back, Gary Stevens. That's all I got to say.
Well, Stevens has got hold of the bottom rope, and he's doing everything he can to keep from, well, if it's no DQ, come on, it don't matter. He's not going to count anyway.
I don't know if... Can you have rope breaks in cage matches? Rick Converse is arguing that point. To Morgan Dollar right there, Morgan said a rope break is still a rope break, but I'm not so sure if a rope break is a rope break in a steel cage match.
Or in a no DQ steel cage match. Seems like...
Oh! Rick tasted it! Rick tasted the cage! Gary Stevens reversed Rick coming off the ropes, and Rick Converse, full steam ahead, is the first one to eat the cage tonight.
I tell you what, the Mad Trucker's all proud of himself for this one. He did what he said he was going to do. He said he was going to put Converse face first into the steel. He did it. I mean, if he rolls him over, pins him now, the match is over. He still holds on to that title, faces Carino, and tries to disfigure Converse.
Yeah, that could have been a golden opportunity for Gary Stevens to try and make a cover, but he did not do so. He's continuing to hammer away on Rick Converse. I think, from the impression I get, he's trying to pick Rick up to toss him into that cage once again, but Rick Converse is so out of it, he keeps collapsing to the canvas, and Gary Stevens could be going, not a Boston Crab, but he could be going for a Boston Crab here. Fighting it. Rick Converse fighting it.
Tell you what, Converse is squirming and doing everything he can. Trucker's going to use, catapult right into the steel.
Slingshots the face of Rick Converse straight into the mesh of the steel cage.
This is not good for Rick Converse. He needs to get up, needs to get his wits about him right now. He is dazed, he is stunned, and he is bleeding from the forehead.
Yes, the first war wounds have officially been opened up because you can see the blood trickling right above the eye there on Rick Converse's head.
Yeah, and the trucker sees it too. You see right where he's going back to, straight to the face of Slick Diddy Rick Converse, back into the steel once again.
Yeah, the cage is water. Gary Stevens is the shark, and he smells the blood flowing on Rick Converse.
And I tell you what, Gary Stevens, he's got a killer instinct. We've known that since day one, since he appeared in the Mid-Atlantic ring as a tag team with Wild Shane West. But you look at him now, he's enjoying this. He has got his opponent hurt. This is why he wrestles. He likes hurting people.
Gary Stevens is going to take full advantage of the wound that's been opened up on the head of Rick Converse and trying to... Did he just bite into that? I believe Gary Stevens just spit out a wad of Rick Converse's blood into the crowd, which is as sickening as just about any sight I've ever seen. Morgan Dollar making the count, only able to get it.
No, wait a minute. Wait, whoa. Stevens was in the ropes. What happened to the rope break?
Oh, you're exactly right. I didn't even pick up on that, but Gary Stevens had a hold of the rope the entire time.
I just don't know about this. I mean, Converse has got it. Like I said earlier, it's 2-on-1 against Converse. What can he do? He's getting pummeled like a rag doll inside the center of the ring right now, and the trucker's just happy as a guy going to work.
Rick Converse has history on his side, but he has been hurt, he has been wounded, and right now Gary Stevens Is Gary Stevens even saying he's going up top? Are you kidding me?
What is the point? All he needs to do is pin the man. I mean, obviously, like a 1.5 count would probably win the title back for him because of the, our official Mr. Dollar here, but Converse is struggling back up, trying to figure out what's going on over
Gary
there.
Stevens does not seem to be too at home on that top rope. I don't even know if he can turn himself around. I don't know what he's thinking going up there.
Oh my God.
Both men jockeying on the top rope, and Rick rammed Gary Stevens' head right into the top of the steel cage.
This is not going to be pretty. Converse is returning the favor, but he's not doing it in the flat part of the steel cage. He's doing it at the spikes on the top.
Rick Converse battling with Gary Stevens. Shoves Stevens off, who collapses all the way down to the Converse canvas. Converse now on the top rope. Could be perched, looking to fly. Giving the sign, Macho Man, elbow smash, no one home.
Converse comes down, no one's home. The trucker seen him coming out of the way. Timely maneuver. I tell you what, both men are hurt at this point. How much more can a man take, especially inside a steel cage?
Not that it matters now, but that little ode that Rick Converse did, his childhood hero growing up was indeed Randy Savage, and he loves to implore that Macho Man axe handle and elbow smash from time to time. But Rick Converse, those are days long since past. Rick Converse is now an 8-year veteran, and he's looking to win the Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight title for a third occasion, but no one was home on that elbow. Gary Stevens, though, Gary Stevens is indeed busted open from those rams to the top of the steel cage, and Rick Converse is raining right hands down upon that cut.
Yeah, Converse going to put a little boots to it. Looks like he's looking back at the corner again. It's not like Converse to, stay on the ropes like that, but I think he wants to give the fans what they want to see.
I think Rick may be a little disoriented, but no, Gary Stevens full steam ahead into the steel cage. Gary Stevens is going to take the cage down. Rick Converse is going to take the cage down by ramming Gary into it.
Okay, Converse has got to stay focused. The champion is down. He's going to drop an elbow on him. Referee's down for the cover. We got a casual 1, a casual 2, and almost a casual 3.
I tell you one thing, I know no one is allowed inside the steel cage, but Commissioner Cross, I wish it wasn't too late. I wish there was something Commissioner Cross could do about this, because Rick Converse is never going to be able to win the title with this rate.
I tell you what, I don't know where it's going. Converse looks like he's got a second win. He has got the trucker hurt, but the trucker's still on his feet. I mean, well, there we go. He's down to the canvas. The trucker is able to keep getting up no matter what Converse does, but whenever the Converse takes a shot at the hand of the trucker, it's taking him a lot longer to get back up from it.
Rick Converse now measuring Gary Stevens, the wear and tear on both men's bodies, the blood flowing from both of them. You knew that this match was going to boil down to this, and it indeed has, as Rick Converse trying to go back to the steel cage, trying to punish Gary Stevens for all those sneak attacks, for all of those times he's been smacked with the billy club. It's time for Gary Stevens to taste this steel cage.
Gary Stevens is wearing the proverbial crimson mask. I don't know if he knows where he's at now. I know he knows he's in a fight. This is ugly.
This is a Mid-Atlantic heavyweight title match the way it should be. The blood, the guts, the heart, the soul, the determination. It's all going to be left laying on the canvas when this match is over and done with. One of these guys will be Mid-Atlantic heavyweight champion when it ends. But Morgan Dollar is doing everything in his power to ensure that the man that leaves as champion is the mad trucker, Gary Stevens.
Yeah, like I said, I've said so many times since this match has started, it's 2-on-1. But you look at the trucker is hurt, the trucker is bleeding, the trucker gets right back to his feet though. This is an amazing feat. Look at this.
Can you believe the look in the eyes of Gary Stevens? The crazed madman, blood pouring all over his face. Oh, shoots Converse back first into the unforgiving cage.
I tell you what you're looking at, ladies and gentlemen, is you're looking at Slick Diddy Rick Converse playing with madness. That is the eye of madness. That is madness personified. The mad trucker Gary Stevens, stuck like a bleeding stuck pig. There is blood all over everywhere. He is still dishing out punishment to Converse.
I have no idea how Rick Converse kicked out of that. even as Gary Stevens is making the cover, you can see Gary Stevens' own blood dripping all over Converse, covering Converse's chest while he's making the cover there.
I tell you what, Converse he's back up on his feet. You got to give it to Slick Diddy. No matter the outcome of this, he has been a true competitor in this, and he's still trying to get the face of the Mad Trucker back into the steel.
I think both guys may have ate the cage that time. Both of them. What in the world? Gary Stevens just tossed the official into the cage.
Oh my goodness, I believe Morgan Dollar tasted it too. But I mean, look at Stevens. I mean, he acts like the match is over. He's won it.
Gary Stevens looking to the heavens above, but he bears be looking towards Slick Diddy. Oh, head to head, and I believe Gary Stevens may have landed on the arm of Morgan Dollar. Not that that's going to make him count any faster.
I tell you what, even if Converse can get over on top of him, we don't have an official in the ring that can make the count. We got an official on the outside, but his only duty is Michael McAllister.
Get him out of here. Commissioner Cross, someone get McAllister out of here. He just shot that belly club straight into the cage, and what aim, shooting it right to the feet of the Mad Trucker.
Oh my goodness, I have seen this so many times. This is sickening. I cannot believe we're going to have to see it again. The Mad Trucker
look at the blood.
He knows that stick is in there in that cage somewhere. I'm not sure he can see through the blood to get to it.
Yeah.
Converse got it!
Oh, he nailed him right in the ear. He smashed Gary Stevens right in the ear with the billy club. Blood everywhere. The billy club has been smashed across the side of the head of Gary Stevens. Morgan Dollar still down the corner. Oh my God, look at the pool of blood under the head of Gary Stevens.
This is the most gruesome sight I have ever seen in a professional wrestling ring in the Mid-Atlantic area since my childhood, and I'm talking about the 1960s. This is awful. I have never seen anything like this.
The fans of the Carolina Sports Arena in shock how Gary Stevens is going to be able to continue with the blood he has lost.
Wait a minute, Converse got
breaking the face of Morgan Dollar straight across the steel cage. He deserved every bit of it.
Oh my goodness, and I was concerned a moment ago whether Converse would be able to get back up, and what happens? The trucker is back up. He takes both men back down on the canvas, the referee writhing in pain.
Rick Converse laying in a pool of his own blood, laying in a pool of Gary Stevens' blood,
laying in the referee's blood.
Everyone busted wide open. The fans, the CSA, some on their feet, some in shock, some hiding their children's eyes as Gary Stevens going back. Oh, you want him to count now, Gary? You want him to count now?
Yeah, Gary needs a little help over here, so he's going to help the referee back to his feet. I'm not sure the referee knows where he's at. Wait a minute, Converse is back up on his feet, and the trucker's too busy playing with the referee to see it.
Converse, big elbow from behind, shoots Gary Stevens' head into the cage. Now Gary Stevens out.
He lifted him.
Body slams. Rick Converse somehow slammed the 300-plus pound Mad Trucker some 20 minutes, 25 minutes into the steel cage encounter. Converse now ascending to the top rope.
Converse to the top rope. Converse is going to do it. He's going Macho Man on us again.
Elbow, flying elbow. He nailed it. Come on, Morgan, count it.
1, 2, 3.
Rick Converse has done it. Rick Converse has won the Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight title for a third time.
What a night. Battlecade VI, December 17th, 2005. One of the most amazing nights of pro wrestling action I've ever seen. Wait a minute, Landell.
What? Was that Ricky Landell we just saw?
He just attacked the referee outside the ring. Red Jones, he's got the cage open. What's he got?
Ricky Landell going wild. Ricky Landell has nothing to do with this. Rick Converse has just won the Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight title for a third time, only the 5th man in history to do so. And Ricky Landell taking out everyone outside the ring. Gary Stevens is holding onto the leg of Converse. Ricky Landell in the ring, putting the boots to Rick Converse after Rick Converse has just endured a 25-minute bloody war with the Mad Trucker.
I do not believe Converse saw the blonde hit the ring whatsoever. I believe Landell got in there behind his back. You know the Mad Trucker knew it was coming. You know Michael McAllister has got to be sitting around here laughing somewhere.
Oh, no. Gary Stevens is on his feet again. The Billy Club right into the abdomen of Rick Converse.
I tell you, it's amazing. I do not know how the trucker is on his feet at this point, much less dishing out this much more damage to our new AWA Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight Champion.
I don't understand what Ricky Landell's point of is even being here. Is this has something to do with the Carino match a month down the road? Because I guess it is official. It will be Converse Carino 2 on January the 28th, 2006. But right now, Ricky Landell, I guess he's trying to soften Converse Converse up. And Gary Stevens, you want to help Ricky Landell? You think he would be doing the same thing to you if you had just won and retained the Mid-Atlantic heavyweight title?
Yeah, it looks like Landell's pointing out for the trucker to beat on the referee some more. I don't think Morgan Dollar could get out of the cage right now if they were to open it. Converse just got dropped on a steel chair.
Ricky Landell implants Converse's head into a chair like Rick Converse hasn't gone through enough in this steel cage war. Gary Stevens pouring blood and watching Ricky Landell brutalize the new champion, handing over the Billy Club.
Oh my goodness, somebody's got to be able to get inside this cage. Something has got to happen. Rick Converse is going to get choked to death in the middle of this cage in front of the sold out standing room only. Oh my goodness, now we got McAllister back out.
Yeah, Landell, I believe, did he lock the cage a while ago? No, McAllister is trying to lock the cage. McAllister is locking the cage, leaving Rick Converse alone, 2-on-1 in the ring with Gary Stevens and Ricky Landell as each and every fan of the CSA looks on in shock.
What has Landell got? He's got the mic.
Yeah, Ricky Landell can celebrate. Ricky Landell hasn't done a thing tonight. Yeah, he scored a pinfall over a youngster in the opener, and then he's brutalizing a champion that's just taken himself to the absolute limit. Ultra Dragon, Julius, Silvia, Matty D tried to get inside the cage, but it's already been locked. It's maybe too little, too late for Rick Converse battering Julius, Silvia off the cage. Matty and Dragon trying to climb the other side of the cage as Gary Stevens and Ricky Landell kicking the cage, throwing a chair right at Dragon.
This is one of the scariest pictures you will ever see in your life. The mad trucker bloody battered with little Billy in one hand, a steel chair in the other. And what's this? What is this?
Rick Converse needs some serious help. Rick Converse could be seriously injured here if someone doesn't get in there and help Rick Converse.
What is that Landell has? He's rubbing Converse's face in.
I have no idea what's in that hand, the hand of Ricky Landell, but he's brutalizing Converse with it, whatever it is, trying to break the lock. I don't think that chair is going to get the job done, but what else can they do?
I tell you what, the mad trucker seems to be in control of the whole situation right now. Converse is down, has no clue where he's at, our new Mid-Atlantic champion. But look, Landell is not finished. The guys can't get in through the door. They can't get in over the cage because every time they go up, somebody hits them with a stick or a steel chair.
These fans are screaming for someone to try and get in and help Rick Converse. No one can get inside this steel cage. Landell and Gary Stevens warding them off at every pass.
I tell you, this is unreal. Landell standing tall over Slick Diddy Rick Converse. The mad trucker patrolling the ring with a stick in his hand, daring anybody to try to come in.
God only knows what kind of shape Rick Converse will be in come January 28th. And right now I'm kind of scared. Will Rick Converse even ever make a title defense? Because if someone doesn't save him soon, we could be seeing a title forfeit in just a couple weeks down the line in New Year's Knockout. Someone has got to save the body of Rick Converse because he cannot do anything himself.
Hold on. What is that title belt in the ring? What belt is that? That is not the Mid-Atlantic title.
Is it not the Mid-Atlantic heavyweight title?
No, it's not the Mid-Atlantic title. It's a gold belt.
Was that the AWA World title?
I believe that is the AWA World Heavyweight title belt.
Did Ricky Landell bring in the world title as a message? Finally, some bolt cutters from Commissioner Cross gets that cage unlocked. Joey Silvia standing over Rick Converse.
Look, the trucker's using the dazed referee as a shield.
Ricky Landell warding everyone off with that chair. I think Gary Stevens gave Morgan Dollar another shot. The fans here almost ready to riot at Gary Stevens and Ricky Landell, who's heading to the back. Commissioner Cross ordering them to the back. And finally, Silvia, Matty, Dragon, Jesse Ortega there, and finally coming to the aid of Rick Converse.
I tell you, this has been an amazing night of pro wrestling action. Battlecade VI, December 17th, 2005. We have a new Mid-Atlantic heavyweight champion for the very third time in his career, Slick Diddy, Rick Converse.
Ricky Steamboat didn't do it. Johnny Valentine didn't. Greg Valentine didn't. Roddy Piper, Paul Jones, Dory Funk Jr., none of them could do it. But tonight, Rick Converse has done something only 5 men in history have done, and that's win the Mid-Atlantic heavyweight title for a third time.
First time in over 21 years. This is amazing. You got to see it here on CWF Mid-Atlantic. Hey, this is great. This is what it's all about. I just don't know what happens from here. We know the 28th Converse faces Carino.
That's exactly right. Keep up with all the CWF action, CWFMidAtlantic.com, and get your CWF Mid-Atlantic DVDs at CWFShopZone.com. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for Battlecade 6. Hopefully we're going to have some words from the new champion.
That's right, this is CWF Mid-Atlantic. Folks, we're bringing the eyes of the wrestling world back to the Mid-Atlantic area. Good night.
Believe again.
Mid-Atlantic heavyweight champion, you're the #1 contender. And you get that shot in January 28th.
Right there, that's it.
That's what it's all about.
3 times.
Correct.
Third time.
Ever since July when I got cheated out of this title, it's been on my mind day and night to get it back where it belonged. Because I got cheated out of it. Everybody saw it.
That's right.
I'm the #1 man in the Mid-Atlantic area. And when you got this belt right here, all it does is stamp it on that I'm the #1 man. And as far as my world title shot with Steve Carino, Ricky Landell, you thought you'd be able to soften me up a little bit because you're nothing but a second-rate lackey for Carino anyway. But it just didn't work, man. I'm going to bring it to Carino like I did in September. And I'm going to leave not only the Mid-Atlantic heavyweight champion, but I'm going to leave the AWA World Heavyweight Champion.
Hit the music. Help us with the music.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank each and every one of you again for coming out. Please have a very Merry Christmas. We'll be right back here on January 7th for New Year's Knockout. And I tell you what, I saw what the Boogeyman has to put up with.
Slick Rick Converse, let me tell you something, boy. Oh, I forgot it, Slick Diddy. You run the city. Well, let me tell you something. The man trucker runs the highways, baby. This says, haha, this is just getting started. You busted me wide open, and you don't see me crying. There ain't no brains running out, because I ain't got none. Look at these headlights. There ain't nobody home, you fool. I'm gonna kill you, Converse. Me and little Billy, if I ever find him, we're gonna kill you, Converse. I promise. I promise. Because I am Gary Stevens, the mad trucker, and I'm one big bad mother trucker.
It's about time. This title only belongs around one person's waist. Everybody saw it tonight. What a match.
I'm not sorry.
That's the kind of matches right there where people become legends. You know, I'll give it to Gary Stevens. He's probably the toughest man I've ever wrestled. But he's got to do the same thing. He's got to give it to me for bringing it to him the way I did to get back this title. Oh, man. World title shot coming up. It just keeps getting better and better. Running the city. That's all I got to say.